Uh-huh. That's exactly what I want to know. Welcome to Chat with Madam Whipass. Excuse me. That's what I want to know. I'm seeing a lot of chatter going on concerning a one Frank James. We understand that he was apprehended today. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't echoing. Yeah, he was apprehended today in the village, uh, in the vicinity of West 4th Street. Apparently, he called the tip line himself and said, "Yeah, I think you're looking for me. I'll be at the McDonald's over here, walking around." Now, I don't know if he called the tip line just to turn himself in, or he called the tip line just to turn himself in so he can collect the $50,000 reward. What say you? Also, they were able to get his picture and everything because uh, as he was shooting people on the train, he left his gun, his credit card, about 3 clips, a hatchet, and a key to the U-Haul van. Everybody's saying, well, he's stupid. Why would he leave all that there? Well, you got to put yourself or try to put yourself in the situation. You're on the N train, a New York City train. Now, if you've never been to New York City or been on a New York City train, during rush hour, 8:30 in the morning, you're packed in there like sardines. Okay? And so if he lets off a smoke bomb, so now you got this train packed with people, filled with smoke, and then he starts shooting. He fires 33 shots, but only hits 10 people, killing nobody. Thank God. Okay? There is screaming, there's lots of shoving, perhaps some trampling, people trying to get away from where they're hearing shots come from, lots of screaming. I'm sure people are knocking into him, probably not even realizing at that particular point in time that he's the shooter because the car is filled with smoke. The smoke probably, well, he had on a gas mask. But either way, I'm sure mayhem and chaos just broke out. And he probably panicked himself. After all, he is crazy. And I think a bit paranoid. And he just was not in control of the situation. I'm sure it did not go down the way he envisioned it to go down, nor the way he planned. I'm sure in his mind, he just thought, okay, this is my plan. I got my gas mask. I got this uniform on as if I work on a train. That's why I don't have to pay the fare. I just look up at the guy behind the booth to, wave my hand and he'll let me through the gate free, which is what exactly happened. I'll get on the train. I'll first detonate the smoke bomb. The train will be smoky and I'll just start picking people off. Now, it all sounds good when you map it out in your head. But when you're really in that situation, you got people bumping into you, people are screaming. It's just a whole situation that probably didn't cross his mind. He just thought he would just shoot everybody in the train and everybody would be dead. Bang, 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 bang. Dead, 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 dead. But that's not what happened. Everybody survived. Thank God. And so, with all the mayhem, the screaming, the shoving, people trying to get away, um, who knows? Maybe his mask came off some kind of way. Maybe it wasn't secured all the way. Maybe it wasn't as effective as he thought it was. And maybe the smoke was getting to him. So he had to get off the train too. Then, if there's people falling and screaming and yelling, he probably lost track of his bag and all his stuff. I know that wasn't his initial plan to leave the gun, the key to the van, and a credit card with his name on it. That wasn't in his plan. But in the midst of all the chaos, he left all those things behind which identified him. Now, I'd like to know where he spent the night out. Looked like it was pretty warm in New York City. He was around West 4th Street. Most likely, I bet you he slept in that park over there. West 4th, what is it, Greenwich Park? The Village Park? Let me tell you, I used to ride my bike from East Elmhurst, Queens. Picture the neighborhood of LaGuardia Airport. I would get up on a Saturday morning and ride my bike all the way down to West 4th Street and go sit in that park and watch people all day. Let me tell you, it was better than TV. You never know who you would meet. You never know the crazy shit you would see. So I'm sure he slept in that park at night. I mean, where else could he go? He didn't have an apartment there. So I think that's where he wound up sleeping. And then, he must have been feeling miserable, knowing that, the whole state is looking for him. He didn't wear a bra. He should have. Boy, that man got some titties on him. And so at some point, he decides to call the tip line. Perhaps he still had his cell phone on him. But if that's the case, they should have been able to track him by his cell phone. I'm sure getting his cell phone was really easy and probably would have took a couple of hours, if that. And so then I guess he figures, you know what? I'm tired and I'm hungry. I don't have my credit card. And who carries cash these days? Not many people. He probably just was using his card. And it probably wasn't his credit card. I'm sure it was his bank card. So he had no money. He looked like he was a clean guy with his fat ass self. So he probably was ready for a shower. And some food. Well, let me tell you, the food at Rikers Island is slop. Pure D slop. So anyway, he's arrested. So I've been trying to catch up on some videos all day or throughout the day. And I see things like, the manosphere doesn't want to claim Frank James. Apparently, he was a part of the Black Manosphere. I seen a video where somebody was able to screenshot all the people Frank James was subbed to. A lot of noticeable people there. And oh, look, he subbed to Umar Johnson. Oh, look, he subbed to Sonetta. Oh, look, he subbed to this person. Oh, look, he subbed to that person. He subbed to Kevin Samuels. And I'm beginning to watch this narrative develop as if Kevin Samuels, Umar Johnson, and a few others are responsible for the actions and behaviors of a one Frank James that took place just about 48 hours ago. And so my question is, hey, Ms. L, my question is, should content creators be responsible for the disgusting and egregious behavior of Frank James? Now, if you look and see, I have Miss L in my chat. Hello, Miss L. Miss L and I are friendly. I've never met her. She's never met me, but we know each other through YouTube. Now, let's say Miss L decides to wake up tomorrow morning and, I don't know, attempt to commit mass murder. Are you all going to blame me for what Miss L decided to do? Now, clearly, Frank James had some serious mental issues. And trust me, he is not the only one. I've been talking about this on my channel for the past couple of years. Understand this. There used to be a lot of mental facilities, a lot of mental hospitals, but they were so abusive and disgusting, and a lot of patients were living under such egregious conditions that in the 80s, when President Reagan was in office, he shut down just about every mental hospital in the United States. I don't know how many remain, but trust me, it's not a lot. For instance, the state of Georgia is a huge state. It only has one mental hospital. And I can tell you, back in 2008, there was a 2-year waiting list. So if you got sentenced instead of prison to a mental hospital, it was a 2-year waiting list before you were able to get there. So let's suppose somebody committed murder and got sentenced to a mental hospital, but he can't get a bed there until 2 years later. What is done with that mentally ill individual? Well, they are held in the county jails for 2 years until a bed becomes available. So if you are a correction officer, is what they call them in New York, but down here they're deputy sheriffs, you have to deal with a whole lot. You wear a lot of hats as a deputy sheriff or a correction officer. And dealing with the mentally ill is no joke. No joke. And so I've been having this working theory for the past 2 years because, I've been around YouTube since 2006. I can tell you, to find somebody on YouTube that was mentally ill was really not an easy thing to do. Seriously. I'm not saying none were around, but they were quite scarce. And I noticed within the past 2 years, there has been an influx of mentally ill individuals. And part of my working theory is that there aren't enough facilities. And I think the way the government has a way to keep tabs on them is via YouTube and their YouTube channels. I think counselors or therapists are assigned to their YouTube channel so that they can keep an eye on them. I think they write reports about what they see. Not everybody, but some. Perhaps a lot. Now, as far as Frank James, I don't think he was in the mix because they should have caught that buzzard before anything happened. There were lots of red flags just about in every video. You can see there was something wrong. You can hear that there is something wrong. And so I'm not understanding why there are content creators who want to blame people like Kevin Samuels, Umar Johnson, and a few others for what this man did nearly 48 hours ago. He's probably had mental issues before YouTube was ever thought of. From what I also understand, he's like been arrested in New York 9 times, been arrested in Jersey, been arrested in this other state several times. And, having multiple arrests could be a sign of mental illness. He's talked about his mental illness in his videos and how, mental health, the mental health professionals have done nothing for him but made him worse than he could ever be or he ever thought he could be. So he's been seeking treatment. So why are people trying to blame certain content creators for what this man did? And this is the second time I've seen this happen. First time I seen it happen, I can't remember what this guy did. What did this guy do? I know he was a white guy. He did something. And come to find out, he was subbed to Tommy Sotomayor. And everybody wanted to blame Tommy for what one of his subscribers did. Now, I don't know if Tommy knew this guy. I don't think he did. Probably never even spoke to him. Probably didn't even know, he just was never even thought of. Probably had no clue that this man was sub to him. But yet people wanted to blame him for whatever this man did. Does anybody remember what this man did, who I'm talking about? He did something. I just can't remember what it was. Sometimes I think people, content creators, just want something to talk about. They just want something to go live. And, these people will just pull shit out of their ass for content. And that's exactly what is going on. They are pulling shit out of their ass. And the ones who are the accusing content creators, I mean, really, if one of their subbies should go out and do something crazy, how would they feel if everybody want to point the finger at them? They're not even related. They probably never even had a chat with them. They probably never even noticed them in their chat room if they were ever there. But you're going to blame the content creator. Nobody can make you believe a certain way. Somebody could possibly be espousing some views that one may agree with, espousing views that might resonate with someone. But just because somebody's espousing similar views or expressing certain constructs, how is it their fault that a person decides to pick up a gun and try to kill people? By the way, did I tell you that Frank James, he just really sucks? And don't get me wrong, it's not that I wanted people dead, but 33 bullets and you hit 10 people and all of them survived, thank God. The hell? Really? What a waste of time and a waste of your life. 62 years old. 62. You wait until you are 62 years old to do something like this. He gets a check every month. For what? I don't know. Is he a vet? Could be. Could be. Could have been in the military. Um, is it his social security check? Could you get your social security check at 62? I guess it's possible. Maybe he has some sort of conditions, whether it was mental health or a physical condition. He was able, but the man was getting a check every month on the 3rd. I mean, he may not ever get out of jail, prison, unless he's in a body bag. And let me tell you, it's going to be a big ass body bag. That's going to be one heavy motherfucker. But you know what? You're trying to make sense out of nonsense. I'm trying to be rational about an irrational mind. I can't understand it, and you yourself probably can't understand it. Like, you're getting a check every month. Why would you just throw away the rest of your years at 62? I wonder if he has children. He could be somebody's granddaddy. Although I can't imagine any woman wanting to lay down with him, much less procreate. Man was batshit crazy. And he seemed to hate everybody. And so I'd like to hear from somebody. I'll put the link up again. And just lend some insight to the situation. He definitely had an angst, if you will, against black women, like a lot of these black men do. But he didn't shoot up a whole bunch of black women. So he could not have had such a disdain for them as he espoused. Shot a bunch of school kids, though, from the ages between 12 and 17. And from the looks of it, didn't look like too many black people were on that train. Did look like it. So, I don't know where he originated from. I know he was living in Philly. He also lived in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. But he had to have some. I don't know why I get the feeling he was kind of born and raised in New York. I get that strong feeling because he knew it too well. But as I was saying, you have a lot of content creators, especially the ones who just have a great disdain for black women. Have we seen this before? Can I say Asia McGowan? There was someone, a content creator, way back in like, was it 2007, 2008? There was a young lady, if you don't know, her name was Asia McGowan. You can YouTube her name, Asia, ASIA McGowan, McGowan. She was a YouTuber, a real cute girl. She was going to college, I believe, in Detroit. And there was I see you, Big J, a mentally ill man. I can't remember his name. He wasn't really a man. Asia McGowan probably was like 19, 20, 21 max. And this guy was the same way. Oh, I can't remember his name, but his YouTube videos are still up too. Bat shit crazy. And he used to follow, come on, Big J. Big J's going to help me with this.
Yeah.
Who did that guy follow?
Sergeant Willie Pete.
Sergeant Willie Pete. Sergeant Willie Pete was Tommy Sotomayor before Tommy Sotomayor got on the scene, way back from 2007.
No. The murder, Agent McGowan happened on February 2009.
2009.
Right.
What was the name of the murderer?
Anthony Powell.
Anthony Powell.
Or Tony. He was his name. His YouTube. I think his YouTube channel was Tony 412 or something like that.
Yeah, if this information or this story is new to you, just put in the YouTube search box Tony Powell, Asia McGowan, and you can pull up their videos. But when you pull up Tony, you can see he was bat shit crazy.
Yeah. But he was also a follower of that. He was also following the that extreme Christianity movement at the time.
And so was I. I was following a lot of those videos too, but I didn't come across him or Asia or Sergeant Willie Pete. But they blamed Sergeant Willie Pete for what Tony did to Asia. Anyway, I think they were both at the same college in Detroit.
Right.
And still in the college, right?
Yeah, they actually attended the same class.
Acting class?
And he Asia was a beautiful woman, and I guess he tried to seek romantic. He had romantic feelings for her at that time, and when she rejected him, he got on video talking about how black women this, black women that, and talk about shit about black women when he felt rejected by his advances, when she rejected his advances. So that kind of lead into the Sergeant Willie Pete thing, because I guess he was around Sergeant Willie Pete or the Manosphere the 1.0, the Black Manosphere 1.0 videos during that era, the Manosphere at that time. So yeah, that actually led down to the downfall of the Black Manosphere 1.0.
Really? I didn't know that there was a 1.0. Are you just calling it that because that's what it was, or was it known as a Black Manosphere back then?
Well, like we call it now because that's because of the same talking points, and the rhetoric is same as it is today. It just back then it was more loose confederation of men or guys talking. Now it's just a group now, or
They formed a whole clique and cult.
yeah, yeah. Now those just a clique. Now when that happened, because also there was another video when Sergeant Willie Pete had that white girl in his car giving him fellatio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was trash talking black women as she was going, doing her job on him. So
Really?
yeah,
I've
so
never heard this before.
oh yeah, and then though what was so funny about that part, he also fell in love with this Pan African woman. This a pro black woman from I think she was from Philly.
Was she statuesque?
I forgot what her name is now.
Was she tall?
All I know, it was a black woman,
Okay.
and that was and that's how, though, they left YouTube, that whole Manosphere 1.0. That's when they finally clicked up, because YouTube was flagging them, was taking them down. So they went to so they created a website called Gen X. And I went over to Gen X at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Before, and Styles was a part of I think the people who was there was Styles. Styles was a part of Nut Ward was
Mm-hmm.
part of that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think that lady, the chick was statuesque, if I'm not mistaken.
could be.
So they blamed Sergeant Willie Pete for what Tony Powell did.
Yeah.
What was the name of the white guy that did something that they blamed Tommy for? Do you remember that
Um.
situation a few years ago? What did he do?
Oh shit! I
He
forgot
killed
about that.
somebody.
It was so many shit going on. I mean,
Yeah.
are you familiar with Glenn Cameron?
No.
Okay, Glenn Cameron he's also part of the Black Master 2.0, and or so associated with them. He got on video and admitted that he dated a white woman who's a little bit older than he. She was like in her 40s. He's like in his 30s now, I guess. And he admit he had sex with this woman because she was a MILF. And
Mm-hmm.
while he had sex with her, he turned around and had sex with her daughters. And then because it was revealed three she had three teenage daughters, and he had sex with the older two, but he had nude pics of the one that was like 12, 13 years old.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Look at Glenn Cameron on YouTube. It was like an uproar back in August of 2021.
How did I miss all of that?
Man, I,
Well, I don't ever be over there.
yeah, that
I
was
used
bad.
to watch O'Shea Jackson.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
listen to him. I can't look at him, but for so long. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But there is that white boy that's trying to put O'Shea in jail
for what?
for sex trafficking.
Are you serious? Who
Yeah,
is
he
he?
called. There's this bitch ass white boy by the name of actually Saint and Sinner, the black guy named Saint and Sinner. He got information from white dude by the name of Junk Pop Video, who's somebody I like to see on the third myself.
I used to be subscribed to him,
Yeah, he done a lot of foul shit to people.
and
Calling
I didn't
CPS.
realize he was white.
Yeah. He used to call CPS on people and shit. He called CPS. He called police on folks. Mainly black women. He does that too. But anyway, yeah. Like he was trying to get O'Shea in prison.
Well, was he sex trafficking?
There's no definite proof of that because we don't see him actually doing. But we heard, but the only thing they went off of was a conversation O'Shea was having on a video.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
they spun a narrative out
yeah,
of it
like
and made
yeah,
it like something it wasn't.
right. And I'm like, I actually told O'Shea straight up, this like 2 years ago. No, year. What was this? About 2 years ago. I told O'Shea, dude, why ain't popping on home on that white boy's ass on that shit? You pop on everybody else, pop on that white boy like that.
If it was a black woman doing that, oh
Oh
my
shit,
God.
man, you would never hear the end of it. You know,
Wow.
yeah, white boy was trying to call Uganda. He called Uganda officials, Nigeria.
Is O'Shea
All,
still over there?
yeah, yeah. O'Shea's still over there. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back to America. That man ain't
Oh,
coming back.
really?
No, no. He goes from Poland and Uganda. And sometimes though you might see him over there in Dubai. Other than that though, he ain't come back. You never see him step foot in America.
Well, what is he doing over there? Is he a doctor now?
I have no idea. I have no idea what he's doing.
Wow. That
He
is
probably, he probably
crazy.
is. He probably is, but we don't know. I don't know if he's finished med school or not. I think he did.
And he shouldn't tell nobody anyway.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell anybody. I wouldn't tell anybody what I got. You know.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? I mean, do you think some content creators or the whole black manosphere should be responsible for the actions and behaviors of a one Frank James?
Um. Let me say it like this. Yes and no. I think no. I think yes because the rhetoric has gotten so bad, you know, that people are falling up to it. Wait a minute. But I guess you forgot about that bald head dude that killed his wife, that his baby mama, baby mama and his wife in Baltimore. I mean, that person was following manosphere content. But anyway, back to the point.
Really?
Yeah, but back to the point. I don't think individuals, as a on an individual level, people should be held responsible for it. I think the space should be held responsible because of the rhetoric was so toxic that any woman, especially a black woman, is a target. Um, I'm somewhat two minds about it, but at the same time, some of this shit gonna have to stop. I'm at a point that I think it's now it's time for the manosphere to go away. I want it to go away because they're putting out too much of this energy out there in the air, and it's poisoning. It's helped poisoning um, the well here between men and women.
I think I have to see things your way. As you were speaking, I was listening. A scripture just popped in my mind about that. The tongue is such a little member of the body, but can do a massive world of damage.
Right, right, right.
Okay, so I can definitely see your perspective. Prior to talking to you, as I was contemplating this throughout the day, I was like, saying, how can people blame the black manosphere for what this? But yeah,
because
yeah,
because the thing is, I don't know, man, if you are familiar with the free speech invention website.
mm, That's what you sent me yesterday, right?
Right.
Scared to look at it because I don't know
Yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
about a VPN.
Don't no. I just gave you website, and I'm just telling you, be careful if you want to click on it. Now, I clicked on it, right? And yes, though I do have videos on that website. That was before it got that bad. There are videos of black women being beheaded.
What?
Yes. There are videos of black women getting murdered
Where?
on that website.
I mean, but where were these black women? What country?
Africa during the Rwanda thing, the civil wars in Africa. Even the videos of crimes happening here. There was one woman. There was one crime where a woman got killed in a one of those train trolleys. You know, like them San Francisco type
Yeah.
trolleys, the Above Street
Uh-huh.
track. Yeah, those women got killed in that. And as she's in the last moments of life, you know how like the body is trembling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Brian Salage, it was filming, would have that footage, right? And he's laughing, talking about how black women are awful and the black bitch need to die. And you see this woman just in her last moments of life, you know, and I'm, and even prophet of the prophet of doom, right? If you
Which
go
is
go
Frank James, Prophet of Doom. Uh-huh.
yeah, Frank James. You go to Frank James' channel over there, you will see black women getting the ghetto gagger scenes, women being pile drive by white men, being fucked almost sexually assaulted, almost look like by white men, and he be going off, talking about the black bitch that, and yeah, the images over there is bad. That's why I don't post on that website no more, because it was that bad. I mean, some the people who was there at the beginning, they stopped posting over there.
Wow.
It was that bad because it used to just be people just talking, right? Now
Right.
it got to the point it's like watching porn. All you see is naked women, women nude, women getting raped, women getting sexually assaulted, women getting murdered.
Ooh.
All of that is very out there.
Okay, so you've been on this website. Do
Uh-huh.
you remember who first started introducing something like that?
You talking about the sex shit?
Yeah, the beheading. When it started turning, do you remember?
Brian Salage.
And so did you? I mean,
Because
when
at
you
first,
seen that creeping in, did anybody try to nip it in the bud?
no. Nobody said a damn thing. And that was the first thing. And then though, all of a sudden the website went down for a while, and then and then the and then the owner of that website brought it back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And City, you know who Muba City Ali is, right? City Media Network, right? Well,
Yes.
he was the supporter of that website at that time, and they had the server in the Middle East. The server is not in the United States. The server is in
Oh.
the Middle East,
Where they would condone stuff like that.
right? Where they can condone the sexism and the misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, some of us who was originally there, I just put videos out there because it was videos that if I really want to go in on somebody, like roast somebody,
Mm-hmm.
if I really want to cook or roast or do or just cuss so much that if I really cuss on my channel, I can't really be monetized any
Right.
longer. So in order to save my monetization, I just go over there and post if there's something that what I really want to say.
Right.
So other than that, when I saw all that crazy shit over there, me and a few others stopped posting over there. We saw all that crazy shit. You remember that there was one video where a dude, it was a black man, he killed two white women in California, and he slept with their bodies. I don't know. That was a big story back in California.
Did he do like a Facebook video with
Yes,
you?
yes.
Yeah,
No, you saw that Facebook video, right?
yeah.
Okay. Do you know though that was a lot more graphic? There was a lot more shown than that they showed on the news network. There was a lot more because he did a lot more things to the bodies.
What did he do?
Playing with their toes, playing with their bodies. He was playing with their, they're lying there dead. He's playing with them.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, dread,
all
right?
that crazy shit. All that crazy shit.
Mm.
And he's out there playing it, and he's out there. Brian Solage put that out there, and everybody's viewing the shit. And I'm like, I'm sitting I'm looking at it, and like, I'm surprised nobody ain't
Keep
shut it.
talking.
I'm like, I'm surprised nobody shut this down yet because it was so much violence on there. And then though the original owner, if I'm not mistaken, the original owner said fuck it. Because the original owner was kind of like, listen, I'm not getting paid for this. So because the upkeep, the server is costing him too much money. So he said fuck it. I'm gonna let it go. So that's why Brian Solage bought it. He bought that website and he's running that website because it was him and David Carroll was the ones running it. Because David Carroll, they gave David Carroll his own category.
David Carroll was running this Free Avengers website.
No, but he was the star of the
Wow.
website. Every time there is the rabbit hole video, you know how when David Carroll always come on YouTube talk about, yeah, I'm put something in the rabbit hole. He's telling you to go to the other website, the Free Speech Avengers, and watch his video. He be going
Oh,
on.
and he would do something like, if you want to see this video, email me and I'll
Yeah,
send you the link.
yeah,
So he
I
was
seen
sending
the
the
link.
link over there.
The link is over there.
Oh.
Yes, the link is over there, and you watch what he got to say, and you watch him putting a woman's ass. And that's one thing though that gets me about him though. You're talking shit about black women, but you got an image of a black woman's ass, right? And you put your email right on this black woman's ass, and you talking this shit. Like, dude, if you hate this black female, why you putting her asshole, her anus, and her pussy sitting right there? You staring at a naked black woman.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is over there. That website. I hadn't been that website in months. Not since when not since when David Carroll died. That's the last time I've been there. And even before that, I don't even show up.
Well, I gotta tell you, since you told me all this, I'm definitely not going over there
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
don't know how to get access to your information, and
right.
those people are crazy.
They are nuts over there. I'm telling you, they're nuts on that website. Especially Brian. Brian, let me tell you something. What a Brian did. About two years ago, Brian did a video on Jessica Simpson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And women get pregnant. It's something that's so fucking obvious. Like women, like he's mad that women get fat when they get pregnant, and I'm sitting there like, dude, that's the
The
that's
hell?
a function of life. Of course, pregnant women are fat. What's the point? Of course, they're gaining weight. So he's out there mad about that shit. But you out here talking about black women shouldn't have abortions. Well, motherfucker, women ain't supposed to have abortions. Well, motherfucker, you are mad that women get pregnant. Pick a team. Are you pro-life? Are you pro-abortion? Come on. It makes no sense over there. So.
Wow. Oh, I was curious about that. I looked at it today in your email. And I
Uh,
said, nah, he said something about a VPN, and I don't know how to get
yeah,
that.
yeah. Every time I go up in there, I activate the VPN. Every time I go up in there, I activate the VPN, or I use the Brave browser and go up in there. But other than that, I don't use my ordinary browser and click on it. I use the Go Duck or the or the Brave browser, but I don't use no regular browser like Google browser or my Microsoft browser. Like you run in the mill
Hmm.
browsers. I use a totally different browser that can block um what's it called? You block the cookies, you block the tracking.
Hmm.
Yeah, I use those type of browsers to block to block all the foolishness. And
Wow.
And yes though they do track you on if you get on Brave or DuckDuckGo and check on that thing said, oh, somebody's trying to track you with the information. Yeah, they're tracking you as soon as you go over there.
Wow.
So
Well, you have definitely answered my question and gave me a new perspective to look at.
mm-hmm.
Sure. And sane people like you and I, well, let me speak for myself. Now, I know you're sane also, but you try to rationalize and make sense. And I do that a lot. You're trying to make sense out of crazy, and you just can't do it.
and I know that a lot of young men are angry at women, and um and the problem is they go on that website and they get radicalized. um
Mm.
some of those guys are just pissed off because they got rejected. um and when they all they hear is how women are sluts and this, that, and third, and whatever they call them. They get radicalized because there's so many videos calling women out their names, and to a point where you by the point you leave the website, you think every woman on the planet is your enemy. So
Wow.
they're being radicalized by these websites,
You're right.
especially free speech adventure.
You're right. And if you get a daily diet of that stuff for years.
Right, right, and
I'm just so glad that I'm not a young woman in these days in terms of, a real serious dating age where, a lot of young women, they're wanting to get married and da da da. They ain't got nothing to pick from. Not much anyway.
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. And I also know I notice women are not really ain't trying to pursue men or being available to men to be dated. I
Mm.
noticed that.
They're much into their careers, their education, and things
Right, right,
like that.
right, right. Because like they know, and a lot of these women know what's going on online. They notice that some of these guys ain't really wrapped up too tight. They're not really wrapped up in the frame in the same mind frame. So yeah, um, they don't want to and they don't want to address what really is a problem. They just want to blame a woman that they don't know for their
Mhm.
problems. Like women need to submit. Well, my thing is okay. How you gonna make a woman online like okay? That's like me asking you, man, with Baz. I never see you. I never seen you in real life, right?
Mhm.
Why should I make you submit to me? I don't know you from a can of paint.
Mhm.
You know, why should I get you to submit?
What is submitting?
Talking nice, talking, being feminine, um, that being the housewife, the housewife, um, sound like a housewife, if you will. I'm like, y'all just so dumb. I mean, you can't make some woman you don't know online. That's like what me and, well, I ain't say her name. Um, and you know who I'm referring to. That's like me telling her to submit.
Mm-hmm.
How can I do that when I'm in Texas and she's in California?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell her what to do.
How is she? She's still around?
I talked to her last week.
Will you tell her to get in touch with me? I've
Yeah,
been sending
I
her things
tried.
on Hangouts and everything. I miss
Well,
her. That's my friend.
yeah, I'll tell her. I'll tell her. I try to tell her about what happened. Mama Cita, Mama Cita.
Oh,
I told her about that. I told her yeah, she actually contacted me. Um, yeah, when I was on Judge Joe Brown's live stream. I
mhm.
know you watched me and Judge Joe Brown beef.
No. You had a
Oh
beef with.
man, that beef between me and Judge Joe Brown, that one was bad. Because like he called me out on some bullshit. He called me out on some bullshit because I told him that how can you call Will Smith a punk bitch, but then you big up Ike Turner,
Ooh,
and he went about 5, 6 minutes on my ass.
what?
Oh yeah, you want the video?
Put it in the chat.
Hold on. I'll go ahead and email. I'll email it to you later. I'll email it to
Okay.
you. But yeah, he actually went off on me on the Real Dana's channel because I said something to him. Hey man, why you? I was trying to get on the panel, but Dana won't allow me to get on the panel. But I said in the super chat,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked him the question. He went off on me, and that was not my first time talking to Judge Joe Brown because I talked to him when he was on Talk Real Solutions because he was on Tyrone's show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on Tyrone's show. Um, Tyrone was not the one interviewing him. It was
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Rain. I don't know if you know
Mm-hmm.
that YouTuber on named Chaos Rain.
I remember.
Okay, he does the Sunday night shows. The Sunday nights. He took over where when Vic used to do the Sunday
And
night.
all facts.
Yeah. But hey, all facts can't. All facts is banned from there now.
Why?
Man, all facts acted a complete ass over there.
Again? What did you
Yes,
do this time?
for like the third time, and Tyrone had enough. Tyrone said you can't come back no more, and he
Yo,
hasn't
he
been.
said
That,
that
that,
the
that was
first
like
time.
that was like a year and a half. He can't come back.
I wonder where all facts is. He don't have a YouTube channel?
Yeah. He has a YouTube channel. I forgot what it's All Facts One or some old shit. I don't pay attention to All Facts. I let his ass go, man. Fuck that nigga, you know, because
Really?
he be on some overly emotional shit. And you be telling all facts, stop, all facts, stop. He just be going off and doing all that provocative shit and stopping the show to do this bullshit and like, come on, all facts, you got to stop this shit. You be looking at all facts, and everything all facts does is always talk about sex. Oh man, I want to fuck you. Oh, I want to have. Oh, me, you get together, we do that. And I'm like, dude, come on, man.
What?
Yeah, man, we ain't had time for that. Nobody want to hear you hear your sexual advances on the women on that show. You know, and yeah. Now there are some women that I would like to pipe down myself, but you don't see me talking to them on a nightly basis like that. Not on a nightly basis.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. I would like to pipe down MJ over there, and MJ is an older woman. She about 52.
Hey, I remember MJ.
Yeah, she about 50, 52, 53. Yeah, I'm in my late 30s, early 40s. Yeah, I'll fuck her. Yes, I would. I ain't gonna sit there lying. Shit, I even told her. I told her if I was in DC I'll holler at you.
What about Ocean?
Ocean ain't there no more. Ocean been gone ever since Tommy and ever since when Tommy and Tyrone squashed that beef.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean left. Ocean said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here."
You know what? I heard her in another sector. She called into somebody's show and she was having a conversation. And I'm listening. I'm like, I know this voice. I know this voice. And I'm like, this is Ocean. That was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, all facts kept on telling me Ocean was trying to reach out to me and shit. I wouldn't say I just sit there and like fuck it. What I gotta talk to her for? What I gotta talk to Ocean for? You know, Ocean pissed me off over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Tyrone,
too many
this
times.
is Ocean.
Man, Ocean used to be that woman was a devil. I'm sorry, that one was a devil.
I know. That's what you always called her.
So TRS is done. No, TRS is still up. They keep getting flagged. And I told Tyrone, listen, stop having them co-hosts over there. Host TRS by yourself. Do not allow them idiots you don't have a YouTube channel to host. Because all what they do, they say all that's crazy ass shit over there, and they keep getting flagged. They keep getting demonetized. See, he needs somebody like, I would do it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I would take over TRS, but I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the time or time and the patience to take TRS myself because I was asked that one time to co-host the host on I was a host Saturday nights,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday and Sunday nights. No, Friday, Saturday. Tyrone was going to host Thursday nights,
Mm-hmm.
and that was supposed to be his night. And that was the main night because he does news. He does the news and commentary the Thursday nights. So I was about to come in there on the weekend.
Right.
It just do the weekend show and go on. But his weekend host, especially that Saturday night host, that's a sorry motherfucker. I told that he goes by the name of ABC. The
Yeah, I
biggest
remember ABC. Yeah.
That's the biggest coon on the fucking planet.
What? Is
I,
Sarge still around?
Sarge, oh hell yeah, Sarge was on my live stream the other day talking about the Ukraine war, and we were talking to a dude who was in the Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
and he was kind of talking about the internet if the internet systems was working in the Ukraine and how they was fighting the Russians and shit. But Sarge has a friend over there, so anyway, he was trying to translate and all that shit. But yeah, Sarge is still around with his yelling ass. I tried to get Vic to come back over there. Vic
Nah.
came there. Vic came there for like one day, for one night, and they tried to get rid of Vic.
I'm sure.
Yeah. They don't want Vic back over there.
Are they still on Blog Talk Radio?
um, no, they're on that conference call,
Oh, okay.
and you can watch it on YouTube. It's the live stream on YouTube as well. You have to call in the conference call. You call the number. They gave you this code number with the hash, and then
Mm-hmm.
so forth. You join the show. You know, it's kind of like Blog Talk, but it's not Blog Talk.
Yeah.
I ain't been on Blog Talk in damn.
Me either. I don't know what's going on over there.
I ain't been in Blog Talk in 2 years at least. I,
It's
I
been
know I know I
longer than
know
that.
I know it still exists, but I ain't really just go up in there and what's the channel? Talk Real Solutions, Virgo Life. Yeah,
Wow, what is it,
Tyrone's gonna
2022?
go up, huh?
So what? He's been doing this for 10 years now, huh?
Oh shit! Wait a minute. He started what 2013 at least. It was summer
Yeah,
of 2013. So yeah.
coming up.
It's going to be it's going to be 10. It's going to be at least 10. Well, at least 9 years at least.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not like it used to be. It's not like it used to because everybody went off to their separate ways and shit. But it's most of those people that stuck around and um, you know, it's not like where you got all them younger dudes, them younger people coming in there and did all that, the gender war shit. I think people got tired of hearing that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's mellow out. It's just people, they're still arguing and shit. Is Angel Lady Love still there? I don't know, man. If she's still alive, because I haven't heard her in months.
That's funny because I was just getting ready to ask you the same thing.
No, I do know the Melicon's dead.
And so is his wife, right?
Yeah, one woman, she died about 2 years before he did.
Yeah.
And then Bone Picker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people ain't there no more. But Angel Lady Love, I don't know if she's still around or not. Cause she
Yeah,
used to
she
come on
was
there.
interesting.
Yeah, she be coming there. Man, the last time I talked to her, she cussed me out over there. She
What?
really did. Oh yeah, she got tired of shit because I was telling her, well, tell me about your book. When she talking about, it was something about her book she wrote, and I said, wait a minute, how is people supposed to read your book when we can't buy your book because it's not available online? And it was a legitimate question because how you gonna tell us that she's from outer space and all that other shit and they're drug and they poison the water and the food and shit and how are you all that shit and she just got pissed off at me asking her questions.
Look, Angel Lady Love, I think, was schizophrenic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, completely nuts. But the sweetest pie.
Yeah, baby. I mean, I remember when All Facts tried to talk that sex shit to her. I'm like, man, you dude, come on, man, come on. We want to hear that shit, man. Y'all always talking about what's in her snatch. I mean, come on, man.
Ooh,
Yeah, man. Come on, man. You too old for that. You too old to be talking like that, man.
what had gotten into him?
I don't know, man, but he got crazy. Like the whole shit with Alquan. That shit, Alquan was flagging the shit out of Tyrone, man.
What?
Yeah, yeah, man. That was like, what the fuck? So, is Beasley dead? I doubt he's dead. I doubt that. I don't think he's dead though.
Um, hmm. I can't say I don't care. I only care because I want to celebrate if it's true. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. But I was hoping old girl would come back though. But she said she wrote me an email. She ain't coming back.
No.
Like she told me about all the time. She don't want to come back to YouTube
Oh.
because of the two individuals whose name I ain't gonna mention. You know, she's not gonna come back because of those. Well, actually, three because she talking about Monty. And the other two. She said she don't want to come back because those three still around. So,
Hmm.
but I wish she did come back. If she come back though, she would turn this shit all upside down though.
Yeah, she was funny.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I miss that squeaky voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Shit, I'll
But
marry that girl. I would marry that girl though.
that means you in love.
I was.
Oh,
Yeah, I was.
well, what happened?
Well, it wasn't my fault or her fault. It was just that the circumstances wouldn't. It was just the circumstances would not allow it to happen because she's in California. I'm over here in the South, and it wouldn't work out because like she was committed to stay where she was at. I was committed to stay where I'm at, so it wouldn't work out the way So yeah,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
things can change in the future. Just make sure you invite Madam with Bass to the wedding. So I can get some cake and bring a gift.
if things would have if things would have happened like that, yeah, I would. But no, me and her ain't getting back. She makes a guest appearance, here and there, but she's not getting up on no panel. She ain't saying anything. You see in the chat room, that's it. She's bouncing.
Okay.
Other than that though, she ain't saying much. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. I tell you, she was one of my friends whom I never met from the internet. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and when somebody burns you, who you think is a friend on the internet, and then they burn you like some crazy, unreasonable crap, automatically, and I guess it's human nature, you want to put everybody in that same bag.
Right.
But if you take the time to sit down and think, for me, I've met more good people than bad, but the bad ones were really, 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 really bad.
Yeah, like yeah. There's a few of them on here. That's why you don't see me in the roast sector. That's why you don't see me over there.
Mm-hmm.
You might see me over there on Kevin's channel. Other than that, you don't see me on somebody else's channel. But I gotta give good props to Kevin because Kevin actually tried to help me get that boating license thing.
Oh,
You
okay.
remember, you remember that video he did about the how get that license and the
Uh-huh.
yeah. He actually got up and actually uh applied when he made that video. Actually got
Mm-hmm.
up and applied for that shit. And so
Cool. Did it work out?
I never got on the boat because I had another the job and but I could still renew if I really want if things change I can get but but yeah I appreciate Kevin on that so
Cool. Well, at least he's good for something.
hmm
But listen, I got some stuff to do, but
right
it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for your insight
all right
and helping me to understand some things. Oh, somebody else popped in. Hold on for V Dub. I hope it's V Dub. I'm gonna be ready if just in case it ain't. That's you, V Dub. That's
On your
you.
show. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
On your show. I'm all right. I'm all right. This is my waking hours.
Oh, okay. Well, give me some. Share your insight with me as far as the title. Well,
Well,
let me just give you a background. I've been, with this Frank James thing, I've been hearing various YouTubers from different sectors. Well, it seemed like they from different sectors, but maybe not. They want to blame content creators for the behavior of Frank James, when to me, clearly, Frank James is mentally ill. But they
no,
want to
they want to blame
content.
specific They want to blame specific content
Yeah,
creators for false
like
games. They
Umar
don't want to.
Johnson, Kevin
Yeah.
Samuels, who else?
Uh huh.
And who else?
Fresh and fit. Fresh and fit.
Mm.
Could you hear me? Right?
Yeah.
They want to blame. They seemingly want to blame specific people, but they didn't want to blame Tanya TKO, DJ Academics, Busta Rhymes, Monty Woodgrain. Who else is on that list? I'd have to go through the list I did yesterday, but they don't want to
Hmm.
blame those people.
Right,
What's
right.
the What was the other girl that got sued by Cardi B? Tasha K. Maybe
Hmm.
Tasha K made him do it, right?
Layla, somebody.
Maybe ABC News made him do it.
Or it was CNN. He had CNN in that.
Oh, by golly Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe David Carroll made him do it
So
from the grave.
Okay, so you V-Dub, you don't lay any blame to any content creator for what he did, correct?
If Kevin's responsible, I'm responsible just as much. And he
Now,
wasn't following me.
now Big J says the opposite. Big J believes that the Black Manosphere 2.0 is responsible.
no,
Uh,
I said on individual basis they're not to blame. But
But the whole
as
rhetoric
rhetoric,
of
the
the
rhetoric
clique,
as a clique is a
I, I,
blaming.
I'll,
Go
I'll
ahead.
give him that. The culture of hate that is building up, that the culture of hate that is on YouTube, I will say is contributing to society as a whole. But if I'm going to place the blame on the shooter of this person on the train, a lady in Miami just killed her two children. There was a lady who shot her son twice for a memory card. Do I put that on divestment and Cynthia G? I mean, you can't abort a black baby if it's inside of you, but how about aborting a live black baby? Do I put that on divestment? Can I put that on them? You know what I mean? It comes a time when we got to just be responsible for our culture of hatred, which is what we have here online, a culture of hatred.
Right, right. And that's why I said though the individuals are not to blame. It's the atmosphere of that collective had created is to blame.
Yeah, but I can't say specifically it's Kevin Samuels or the Manosphere. When I mean, you go to the beef sector, it's like that. You go to the roast sector, it's like that. You go to this sector, it's like that. You go to the freaking tech sector, they're fighting. If you go to the what's that
yeah,
sector where they stuff food
everybody's
in their mouth?
fighting, but nobody's
What's
being toxic against black women except for the Black Manosphere.
what?
Although
I can
Frank
show you
James
some.
didn't kill nobody. I know no black women, I don't think. Well, he didn't kill nobody, but you know.
Man, the toxicity is I see black women being toxic against black women. So I don't know. I'm not gonna put blame on content creators. I'm gonna tell you who's putting blame on the content creators. The media. They're putting blame on content creators.
Really?
Period. And they're saying basically, should these things be allowed on YouTube? Should content such as him saying what he said about the white woman, should that be allowed on YouTube? And that's where we all have to be mindful now what we say. Period online.
Hmm.
It's going to weigh heavy on every last one of us, not just a manosphere. It's coming on all of us, and I think people are missing that because we have so much of this culture of hatred. We're focused. Oh, Kevin Samuels, I'm mad. He talks to black women this way. Ooh, fresh and fit. They talk to black women this way. Ooh, but they're not looking at what regular people are doing on YouTube, and you know what I mean. He was a person that had 500 subs before yesterday,
Yeah,
before they took him down. He was a nobody.
yeah. He was a nobody. That's the point. He was
You feel
nobody. He
me?
has
So
200, 400 subs and now, so he got them dollars and shit. And within an hour.
now he's infamous. Okay, he called the police on himself, from what I hear. He don't care. 60 something years old. He's going to jail. He had titties. It's over for him. It's been over for him. He had mental illness. You know what I mean? He has a sickness. Now he has three hot in the cot.
Yeah.
and we're paying for it.
Mm. And he'll still get his check too.
No, he's going to get more than a check now. He's going to get medication, mental health services, dental, medical, a bed, and he's 6 foot tall. So when this big titty ass go to jail, ain't nobody touching him.
I don't know. Those titties will be tempting to a man. They ain't seen no real ones in decades.
Yeah. Listen, I don't
Them
care
titties
how
will
good
come
titties
out. They
look.
sitting up there pretty.
You don't want no 6 foot tall, 280 something pound nigga with titties talking to you in the shower. Hey, how you doing? I'm a
Speak
YouTube
for
killer.
yourself. Speak for
Well,
yourself.
well, listen, I
Oh
don't
my
want no 6 foot
god!
nigga in jail talking to me with titties.
Oh my god!
No, for a man that's been locked down for 30 years, a nigga with titties could look pretty scrumptious.
Hey, listen, them niggas can have their own relationship that might be a mutual beneficial thing to the both of them. As a, you know what I mean, he was having problems with women anyway, so maybe some pussy he might like. But that's he going to jail. He don't care about going to jail. If you thought he cared about going to jail, he wouldn't have been walking through Manhattan so quietly. And
That's where
again,
he
as
wants
I
to
hear,
go.
call the police. He was calling the police on himself. Hey, I'm at McDonald's. Come and get me. And then he just start walking down the street.
Hey,
I was wondering, man, if you would still was in New York. I just want to know. I just want to know if you would bumped into that nigga. What would you do?
Nah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I feel like I seen the nigga before because I seen a lot of big titty niggas, tall, weird looking motherfuckers in New York City. But it's a big city, Big J. And I was never downtown like that. Now I used to be in that area because I had customers down there, but
Mm,
I wouldn't have been down there at 8:30 in the morning. So I
let me tell you something. When I started talking about how I used to ride my bike and spend my day on West 4th Street, um, I got distracted. But it's ironic because the story I was going to tell kind of coincides with Frank James. Just it just seems like he just gave up and just decided he's just going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Maybe he's just tired of trying to maintain himself financially or just being responsible. And so there was this guy, he was homeless and they called him Roach. He lived in West 4th Street Park. He was a black man, tall, skinny. I can see him right now, wore glasses, and they called him Roach. And the reason why they called him Roach because he would walk around the park all day, all night, looking for marijuana roaches to smoke. But Roach used to drive the trains. Roach not only drove the trains, but he graduated to management. And Roach had a good apartment down there in that area. Roach had a lot of money. One day, Roach just decided he didn't want that life anymore. He just wanted to be homeless. Just like that, gave it all up and became homeless.
mental illness is very real, and I know in New York City finding services is hard. Now, from his rant, people might not agree with what I'm about to say, but from his rants, he's kind of right when it comes to being a Black American and finding resources for mental health inside New York City. It's very hard because it is now an immigrant run type facility, and immigrants will take care of their own. The
Yes.
Yachty take care of the Yachty, the Dominican take care of the Dominican, the Puerto Rican take care of the Puerto Rican, and Black Americans are leaving New York City, so finding help within that system. Sometimes you would find that angel in that system that'll really help you. Finding help in
Hmm.
that system now for regular Black American is hard. It's hard because it's just ran in New York City. It's gentrified like a mug. It's no Black Americans out there. I mean, maybe in the projects there's stragglers left, but most of us have gone. I mean, most of us have packed up and left, or they're in houses, Long Island. They got up out of there, and it's
Or
it's
they moved up to
it's a city of
Poughkeepsie.
right. It's a city full of immigrants, and they're gonna help each other. Um, as much as possible because that's what they're here for. They came to this country to get a better life, better health, better services, and you can tell that from his videos that had became a real frustration in his life, and even the news pointed it out that he said he was angry at the mayor. He was full of hatred. He was full of harm
Mm-hmm.
because he couldn't find mental services in New York that would help him. That's why he was talking about the Puerto Rican dude. Blah, 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 blah. He went off on that Puerto Rican dude. Those are the people in charge of mental health out there. And again, it's an LGBTQ ran society. It's an immigrant ran society. And when it comes to really finding services as a Black American and finding somebody in those services that can really help you or put you on, it's a bad situation. So maybe Frank should have left New York City long time ago. As I said yesterday, a lot of these people need to get the
Well, he
hell out of
wasn't
these major
living in
cities.
New York City. He was living in Philly.
He was, and then he was living in the back of that van. So,
The U-Haul
I,
van.
yeah,
He only rented it a
I
couple of
don't.
days ago.
They found some table back there, a padded mattress, and something else
Oh,
they found in that truck.
wow.
That man was living in that truck. Yeah. So I don't know. Listen, all I'm saying is, when you look at that train system, and you think about the homeless in New York City, what face do you see? They're either old Black men, old Black women, or young mental health people who are out of their freaking minds. And you can tell it out of their minds because they on the
Mm-hmm.
train doing the weirdest shit. And
Mm-hmm.
they on the train, they got on 5 pair of jeans, no underwears, sneakers with no laces, 12 hoodies, and they laid across the seats. And you getting on the train at
Because
7:30,
they're
eight
wearing
o'clock
all
in the
their
morning.
clothes.
Yeah,
They
they
have
wearing
to
their
wear all
whole
their
life.
clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nobody to help them. And what does this mayor do? Immigrant mayor comes in and says, "We just gonna swoop in and take all the homeless out." Well, where the fuck you gonna put them?
Mm-hmm.
Because the homeless shelters are packed. It's COVID. They ain't letting nobody else in.
But like the problem is, I'm an outsider, so I don't, so correct me if I'm wrong on this shit, but there's some places there that you can't, that they can put homeless people in. There's many
No.
unoccupied areas in their buildings. Ain't there buildings that's not occupied?
You
Yeah,
would
but those are under development, and that means you can't put that in there. So unless somebody decides to open up a homeless shelter or use the facility for a homeless shelter, no, you can't. And Big J, there are thousands. They have turned most of the hotels in New York City into homeless shelters. I'm talking
yeah.
hotels.
Yeah.
The Garden Bayside, I think it's by Bayside Garden Inn and Suites. It's a hotel. It's a shelter for men.
Listen, they got
JFK, no, yeah, JFK Garden Inn
hotels.
and Suite in Baisley.
There are hotels down here where one side is for regular people out of town, excuse me, got a hotel room, but the other side is a homeless shelter. And
Right,
then they sheltering foster care
women
kids
and
in there.
children.
No,
Right.
not
So and
women
then
and children, children. There'll be a whole floor and it might be 3 to 5 kids to each room, and the state pays people to come in, 8 hours, 24 hours, 3 different people, 8 hours each shift to take care of these kids.
uh,
And I
so
have
who's
the
really
whole,
making the money, y'all? Who's really making that money? That's corporations making that money right there.
yeah,
That's corporations with the tax write-off. That's the Hilton. That's the
yeah.
Marriott. That's these major. Nobody really
And
cares.
it's
And when it comes
big
to men,
money.
it's right.
Those
And when it comes to men,
contracts,
oh, it's
million
million. It's
dollar
millions of dollars.
contracts.
It's millions of dollars. The CEOs of these places or the people in charge, they make. They don't even be at the facility. They make at least two
No,
hundred and $50,000. At
no,
least.
no,
This is for a
millions,
homeless shelter. That's the
millions.
corporate. So we're looking at a system that's being used. And Big J, let me give you some more information. In homeless shelters in New York City, they wake you up at about 7, 8 o'clock and kick you out the facility.
Yep, and you can't come
You're
back
not
to win.
until about 6 to 10. And if you come back after 10, you'll be kicked out of that facility and you got to start the process all over again.
Yep, you lose your bed.
Damn. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
yep.
So it is a problem, and this is why the man got himself a van and said, "I'd rather sleep in here." This is why people rather sleep on a train. It's cold outside. You know where it's hot at? Underground in the train station. Scorching hot. I sleep on that bench, then sleep outside in the cold. So it's a sickness. And what do? Let's round them up. Well, if you round them up, what are you gonna do with them? At least Giuliani was putting them on buses and sending them to other states.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, hey, listen, I give you this.
Say this,
I'm gonna
and you
give you
got family.
$3,000.
Yep.
Here's a Greyhound ticket and $3,000. Bye.
Yep. Sure enough.
They don't do that no more, man. They don't care. So they
Sure
look at
enough,
you
they
as a check.
still
If you
care.
don't want the check, if you ain't in a homeless shelter, you a check there, but you also a check when you go to jail too.
Yeah.
So they don't care. And Mr. Frank didn't care either. Like I said, he got 3 hots in the cot. Now he get to take a hot shower every day. He getting dental. If he need medication, he getting it. Psychiatric evaluation, he getting it. That man might plead insanity, and he could get away with it based on his
Mm-hmm.
video content and be
Mm-hmm.
held in a psychiatric facility for 7 years and let go. Just walk right out as a free man. I feel normal. Man, we're paying for this. And YouTube content creators are really about to take a hit. We about to the rules about to change again. We're gonna all wake up and our channel's gonna be all fuzzy, and we're gonna be trying to figure out how to navigate it. The algorithms are gonna change again. This is something different.
Well,
They want to blame Kevin Samuels. He knows how to use the system to make money. So as many people talking about Kevin Samuels, you know what? And I got Big J, since you're here. Taz likes to say drill. I have a news article of drill rappers being locked up in New York City. Should I blame Taz for that?
no.
Because I was going to do the video. Taz exclusive. Drill rappers locked up in New York. Yeah, that's Taz's fault. Because I want to be a dick.
Man, like don't even get me started about Taz. Taz was trying to cook me. When me and Pierre was on your platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went back over there. I was going back between your channel, what Taz was doing, and I was talking to Taz. Taz was trying to cook my ass. Man, you ain't cook me, nigga. He's actually mad at me. What I told Cynthia G though. He's mad at me over that shit. He's still mad at me over what I told Cynthia.
Listen, Taz
He's
went
still
from
mad at
wanting
me
to
over that
be.
shit. Nigga, please.
He wanted to be part of the Manosphere and O'Shea's team, but those men didn't accept him on the Rumble. Then he tried to speak to Obsidian. He got cooked, even though they screamed and hollered, right? And then I forgot. All I know is Taz has become the leader of divestment. Between him and that other gay guy, Aria X or whatever, these are the man faces of the divestment community.
Well,
This is a sickness.
y'all kind of made me a part of the leadership of the divestors. You remember that?
Well, I had only a problem with a specific person because she talked about my child. Well, two people who talked about my child. But you know what? I don't care about these useless people anymore. One of them, they used to be a black woman, Big J. She does not look black anymore. I have the screenshots. That's a sickness. You know that, right? When your cake soap in your face and you're changing your complexion, that's a sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing that?
But I'm not mentioning no names.
Yeah.
I have vowed to
Let's not mention
leave
no
that
names
alone.
because I have a problem with her ass anyway. I got a problem with her
Right.
ass anyway. I got a serious problem with it. Which y'all think who's my ally? I got a problem with her. Y'all didn't know about it.
No, I personally don't even care anymore. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm friends with some of the divestment people that I used to challenge. I'm friends with them. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
cool with them. But that's after an experience, after a conversation, after the exchange, after you know what. And I told them I learned from you, and that's when Gigi came about. And my dating has changed. I date whoever the fuck I want right now. I don't care anymore. If you want to do it, but just don't come online. As I used to say, I get the why you shouldn't do something, but how do you do something else? And they're not teaching people how to do something else. It goes for the men as well. You can be black women this, black women that. Don't
No
do black women.
solution.
Don't do strags. But what is the solution? How do you up your guy? At least Kevin is teaching
Mm-hmm.
you to put on a suit, wear some freaking cologne, get your
Mm-hmm.
hygiene together, shave,
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
haircut, motherfucker. Do something before you decide to have a freaking standard for these women. I mean, and granted, he tells women the same thing. Like, get your what the French toast. You want this high value man, and you got about 14 children, and you a size 27. Calm down, bitch. How about you find Frank all white? Cause y'all both got titties. Like, that's the type that Kevin. That's what Kevin be saying. All right, I'm gonna leave
Oh,
that man
shit.
titties alone. I'm sorry, but he did have some
They
titties.
did. How can you? I mean, they just slap you right in the face. It's like, damn.
The police was walking about. All I said, I was like, this nigga need a bra.
Yes, it's really bad.
I
Well, they
can't
gonna
stop
love
cracking the
you in
jokes, but
prison. They gonna
like
like.
some
But
people
you know what?
gonna like him
After
because
seeing
he's
that,
crazy.
I need to go to the gym. God damn it, that made me look. By looking at it, then I don't want to be like that in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Shit.
be like that now. Man, my
It's
brother is
Yeah.
big like
non-stop.
that, man.
I don't want to be that shit, man. You can go to the
Please
gym.
hit the like. Thank you. Please hit the like. Thank
Ah,
you.
you said it too fast. You said it too fast. Please hit the like. You
Thank
gotta say it
you.
very slow and calm.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
I gotta steal that clip from that. I gotta steal that clip from that girl. Boy, listen. But I just feel I wanted to do it last night, but I was so drained from yesterday. I was outside picking up what they call them, pine cones and all that in the
Mm-hmm.
yard. It was hot out here, so I'm like, I'm going to bed early. And then as usual, I wake up at 3 something in the morning, 3:50 something. This is when I'm up lurking now.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah. Plus, I don't drink no more. Drinking used to have my ass laid out. I don't drink no more either, or I can smoke. Mm-mm. It's a change of experience. So
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I'm gonna have to do some things. I see in the chat who we got. I saw Dookie earlier, Miss L, Virgo Life, hello, 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 and Miss M Stephan. And it's always a pleasure to see you. Miss Stephens, can you believe it has been 9 years since we made up? Where did the time go? It was 2013 where me and Miss Stephens, and no exaggeration, we argued from like 9 in the morning till 9 at night online. We argued in somebody's chat room. And then somebody, I'm telling you, from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, till it got to the point where I said, you know what? I'm tired of cussing you out, Miss Stephens, and you probably tired of cussing me out. I think it'd be easy if we just leave this alone and just be friends. She said, you know what? I was about to type the same damn thing. We dropped it that minute after fighting for 12 hours nonstop and hadn't had a problem since. And we were fighting when LA and Styles was fighting, when LA and Mike Mills was fighting, when LA and Jimmy was fighting. And do you know it's 9 years and them same niggas are still fighting each other?
Thank God I got out the road sector. Thank
yeah,
God.
I was reminded Big J of because last night while it was about 24 hours ago when I was doing my show, Big J did his show. It was another show going on at the time in the roast sector. Something I mean I just don't agree with whatsoever. So I would not put myself in it. But they were doing something over there in that sector that was crazy. I had to let him know, hey man, do you know what's going on over there? Big J didn't know what was going
Yeah,
on
yeah.
over there until I told him.
I didn't know what was going
What
on over
about
there.
them interviewing the guy who
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
LA's
I
brother?
heard that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, are y'all serious?
You know what? I was
Yep.
gonna make a special video about that in support of
Don't
LA
even.
because that is absolutely disgusting. And if you ever had a loved one murdered, only then would you understand that you don't go to the person who murdered the loved one of somebody and interview them.
Listen, I saw
Exactly.
that. I saw that. I heard. I saw. I know. I didn't see it. I just heard like a minute. I cut it off. I didn't want. I don't want to watch no more of
I
that
didn't
shit.
listen to it. I just heard
I
about
just
it.
like.
I was like, I'm not
I
listening
was
to that.
done. I said I was done because I heard Kevin was talking about it. I was on Kevin's live, listen, in the chat room, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? And then though somebody, and then though like when Vita was telling me, go to so and so's channel and look it for yourself. So I looked at. I said, man, I ain't playing that shit. That's too much right there. Y'all, that's why I
Doing way
left
too
niggas
much.
alone over there.
It's
That's
it's a
why I left them.
it's a culture of hate. And as I said, I think I put it in route bottom because everybody was promoting it. Hey man, and they posting. I'm like, nothing good is gonna come of this. Nothing good is gonna come of this.
And
Nothing good.
my thing is, you know what? I'll say it privately. I'll say it in private.
And that
I,
was
Just
LA's
you.
only
I'll
brother,
say in private. I'll say in private, man.
his
It
only
ain't.
sibling. That is so disgusting. That is so disgusting. Put aside, yeah, LA can be an asshole and all that, but somebody murdered his only brother, and you're gonna seek that dude out.
that's
Just
why. That's
mm,
why
mm.
though. When Curious said something about pick up that coffee mug and slap the old girl upside the head with it, now I see why though Curious said that shit. That's
Mm.
all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say. Because that that,
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that, that was disgusting. So what?
So
Nah.
I'm staying up out of that stuff, man. I don't
Yeah.
need that karma energy on me or my soul. I
Yeah.
lost my stepbrother passed in his sleep, and I count my blessings on him being able to pass in his sleep. I don't
Right.
have that pain, so I'm not gonna, you know what I mean. And I'm looking at the Braxtons losing their sister.
Mm-hmm.
It's still painful. I don't want to. I don't want that energy on my soul. I still got so many siblings left. I'm good. I want them to be just. I want them to get old, have gray hairs, all that stuff. Like I'm getting. I'm not putting that energy in myself, my life, or
And
my
you have
soul.
several, but LA only had one. That was it.
Right.
That was it.
Man, I'm looking at that dude. I'm just like, I mean, how low can y'all go with this shit?
Right.
Thank God I left them niggas alone back in 20 when I left in
So you said about
26.
27, 2016,
Yeah,
2017.
yeah, it was around like March, April of 2017. I left them niggas alone. I left them alone. I got out of there and never even came back.
Right. I peek my head in and out. But I got my own agenda. I've always had my own agenda on these things, anyways. I'm gonna stay out of some of that. I'm gonna stay out of that.
Yeah, I
But
started to
man,
make a video about it because I don't be over there much either. But I did hear about that yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I was completely unaware of that. Until V Dub told me, I was completely unaware of that. I didn't know that was going on. I was like, what the fuck,
I, I knew
Because I
it was
was like,
coming.
huh?
I knew it was coming.
Oh,
But
Once he got
I,
released, you knew they was gonna find him, right?
oh, they wasn't gonna stop. They insatiable out
Is
there, man.
it
Listen,
true all
when they
he
found
did
his
was?
granddaughter, what?
Is it true that they all he did was like 7 or 8 years for that murder?
Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
It was seemingly unintentional. I think it's labeled that it was an accident, accidental killing or something like that. You know, it wasn't like premeditated or he was aiming to go out and do that to said person. as it is told, it was an accident. But the point
So
is,
it
somebody's
must have
gone,
been
and
manslaughter.
something like that.
So it definitely wasn't
But
first degree murder. It was manslaughter.
right, he didn't get the full weight of the law, and listen,
Hmm.
according to the law, he served his time. But everybody has their karma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Man. But I thought the beef sector was bad. These, I stay out of that beef sector, man. I'm surprised though the beef sector is not fighting with the rose sector yet.
Oh
As many as
nah,
many as many, as many times and many times that they're having crossovers. I never seen them going into the rose sector like that.
The beef sector is, I don't know what to
the
say.
roast
It's
sector is the problem,
kind of
Big J.
changing.
Say what?
The roast sector is the problem. They refuse to grow. That's the problem. The roast sector refuses to grow. It's an ongoing cycle. It's like they're goldfish stuck in a tank looking at the other fishes in the store in the other tanks. And the fishes in the other tanks, their tanks are all connected, except for the roast sector tank. It's just a little goldfish tank, a little circle one. Bloop, bloop. That is that tank. It's the bloop bloop tank. And they just looking at every other fish tank. The tropical fish and the saltwater fish, they all connected. The roast sector is just in a little goldfish bowl or beta fish bowl somewhere, just looking. That's what they are.
They used to be the top ones, and now they're just nobody
Nobody,
mentions them.
baby. Exactly.
Yeah, nobody mentions them. You might hear people talk about Kevin Smith. You might hear but that's about it. Everybody else nobody ain't.
But for years, since the inception of that whole sector, your beef, it used to be funny, humorous, and then they drop the beef and be cool, and then they beef again, and all of a sudden by 2016 they beef, and it just never stopped. We in 2022 now, and they still going on with the
There was a
same.
there was some puppet masters involved in that. There was definitely
Mm,
some puppet masters involved in keeping the contention going in that certain area and stagnating growth. And then there were people who would come and flag. Hey, Madam Whoopass, I was on your channel one day and somebody came up and they wanted to talk to me. And I said, listen, I don't want to talk to you. If you get to going and I do what I do, you're going to do nothing but flag my channel. And I said, my channel was flagged. So I don't have the energy to build something and then have someone who is worthless destroy it.
mm,
I'm good. If we're putting in all this content, all this work, like you did the video yesterday, his channel's gone. So if I want to see that guy's video, I got to come to your channel. I got to go to other people's channel to watch that content. His channel's gone. But you still have that channel. There's certain things that I recorded on other channels that are gone, and it's gone by people who put in no work, who did nothing, who had no content, who had no substance. So I've learned to stop engaging with folks or even stop entertaining it because all they're going to do is just come by and strike your page out of hatred, and they have no contributions to the
mm,
sector whatsoever. So I'm good. I'm falling back. This is you guys. You got it. You won. But I'm gonna
mm.
go over there and mess with these Africans, talking about our reparations. I'm gonna talk about these government officials trying to stop our reparations or include people into the reparations talk fight. I'm on a different level. Um, I'm gonna go for substance now. You know what I mean? Forget the bullshit.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's why I'm sub from most people, and my algorithm changed. My algorithm actually is on some
You know
other
what?
shit.
It changed by unsubbing from people.
Yeah, cause I unsub from a lot of people since Christmas. I actually unsub from people ever since I got in that beef with Aunt T in Wacky World.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I unsub from everybody, that shit with the whole. I'm pretty much outside of the black sector almost. I'm in way on the fringes outside of
I
it.
don't know. I'm in
Huh?
the real estate sector, I guess, because every morning I wake up, Century 21 is showing me all kind of lands and houses for sale. every morning. I love it. It's some beautiful places for sale. I got the news on my stream. It is very. I have to hit the bell in order to catch some of this stuff. Big J, you've been on my bell. Madam Whoop has been on my bell. Even Diamond Princess, she's on the bell. But the other people, I got to be scrolling through to catch these videos, or I have to go hit like the live button so I only see who's live at that time. But I barely catch it. I barely catch Ant T, and I sub to his page too. I be on it. I
Well,
got so much people that it's like, mhm.
speaking of houses, it is time for a commercial break. So just watch and enjoy this, and I'll be right back.
All right, all right, all right.
Hello,
Ah,
everyone. This
man.
is Denise Carr, Atlanta real estate agent,
Can y'all hear?
bringing you
Yeah.
another
Yep.
property tour. And today we're in Atlanta. We're in a Daniel Acres subdivision. And I'm going to take a tour of a new custom built luxury home. The listing agent is Kelly Bailey with Drake Realty. And this home was built in 2021 and features 7 bedrooms, 9.5 baths, owner suite on the main, 3 car side entry garage. It is in a finished basement and it's approximately 10,000 square feet. The schools serving this community are Roundup Elementary, Sandtown Middle, and Westlake High. So if you're looking for a new 7 bedroom, custom built luxury home in Atlanta with easy access to shopping, restaurants, and the interstate, you like this home and would like additional information, please send me an email. My contact is below. And now let's go inside and take a look around.
Thank you for being so patient. Do you still want to see more of the big ass house?
No, I don't see no more of that house, man. You been there? It's at 10,000 square feet. We be here all morning.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I'm trying to find where my subs are on this YouTube thing so I can actually go through them. But I follow 957 people or channels.
Ugh,
So,
that's a lot. Hey,
right.
have you seen that girl, baby?
I have not. I have not seen her at all.
I wonder what happened to her.
I was just looking. I don't even think she's on my channel list anymore, to be honest with you. So she probably
Mm.
took that channel down and started something else. But that was another one who was living in New York City with mental illness and homeless shelters, selling
Oh,
her
she was crazy as
stuff.
hell.
No. Me and the other YouTuber was talking about Raven.
And
Raven's
Raven is his
still
lost
around. She
soul.
got another channel.
Yeah. She got arrested.
For what?
Again?
Yeah, throwing rocks at people.
I'm not
You
laughing.
know,
Huh? Yeah,
I'm
she
not
was
laughing.
nude. She was nude on one channel, and I'm like, dude, why? How come YouTube ain't taking it down? Because she's necking and shit, and she was throwing rocks at people and shit on the side of the streets and shit.
you know,
And she was living in the van now. She living in the van now.
I have mixed feelings about Raven, but the most strongest feeling I have about her, it's kind of an envious feeling because she just lives so free in
And
every
funky
sense
and
of the
dirty
word.
and nasty. I know,
Yeah, she
Miss
do eat
Madam Whoop-Ass.
greens.
You really envy somebody who walk around like that? I mean, the freedom is nice. I get it. I like to tan naked, full disclosure, right? But I do that in my house. You
She
know,
just
I catch
lives
the best
life
sunlight.
on her own terms. There's just a certain freedom about that is like, wow.
She needs help.
And she's not stupid. She's just
No,
that.
she's smart, but she still has a mental. Frank wasn't stupid either.
No, not at all.
So
Because,
again, mental illness is bad.
he did make a lot of sense a lot of times in what he was saying.
Right.
Just,
So, and the media will be like, he was rambling. No, he was
mm-mm.
saying something. Y'all just didn't want to hear it because he was
Uh-huh.
in between his rants that he was speaking some truth.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, I do not know how to find that list of I'm sorry, of the people who I'm subscribed to. You know how I used to have that one page and it show all the little circles, kind of like when you look at this guy. Maybe I need to look at my page from another
Yeah, it's,
angle.
it's probably on the homepage. I think it's on the side, the left side. Yeah,
Or look in
I,
studio.
I, I don't know. I don't know who's listen. I don't
Look
know
in the
who's bad.
studio.
Yeah, probably in
I'm looking.
studio, but I don't know who's worse. Kevin. I mean, not Kevin. I mean, this Frank James or RBR. Because God
RBR is out
damn,
of his mind.
Who the hell is RBR?
man, listen.
Oh, don't go down that rabbit hole. I
Yeah.
sent his
Let's
page to
not go there.
Styles one time. I sent his page. I was like, Styles, I'm listening to this crazy shit. Styles had about 3 minutes of that shit. Was like, I'm not doing that. So nah, Sean, nah. RBR is something.
Let's say this. Let's say this. Now, part of what he's saying is true. He did have Tiffany Haddish in the movie. He actually made a movie with Tiffany Haddish. I saw the movie, and this is when Tiffany Haddish before she got big. He's one of those so-called movie directors, screenplay dudes. He claims he was on Friday shit, woo woo, and yeah, he. I remember him on BET. I remember him on BET, and I remember him on the West Coast TV show back in the early '90s. Other than that, though, that was the only time I would know RBR or I shouldn't even say his name. I ain't give him no fucking traffic, but yeah, he's that guy spiraling out of control now.
He's been out of control, and he's a loose cannon, and he doesn't have rational thoughts. He has whatever he has in his mind. That's where he goes, and everybody is white supremacist or idiot or
Or
third grader
Nazi.
or
Yeah, you are
yeah.
Nazi.
I'm good. He still thinks
Man,
Obama's the president.
man, but
You know?
yeah,
What?
you're that black
Yeah,
genius. You're the black
yeah.
genius. Yeah,
If you ever want some insanity in your life, bro, I'll show you RBR. Bro. Like,
yeah,
click at your own accord, and do and you.
yeah.
I am not
And keep
responsible.
and let me say this too. You might as well just get you a bottle of whiskey and a shot glass, because you might just to take you out of reality for a minute, because that dude, my God, man, he keep tagging me in his community tab. I'm pissed off about that shit. Stop tagging
Yep,
me in your shit.
that's why I left him alone. That's why I left him alone because he ain't irritating the shit out of me. But you know what? I think he met his match with Trinity because she's also crazy.
Man, Trini time travels. Oh my God.
Nuts.
I
What?
seen that screen name, Trinity Time.
Man, run. If you
Involved
see
in
it, run.
something
If you see that,
recently.
run.
She's
Run.
involved in
Run.
everything recently. She stick her
Run.
nose in anywhere and everywhere. Trinity,
And wait, is
yeah,
that the one with the kid?
no,
No,
she's
no.
a light skinned girl who I'm not even mentioning it. She's a light skinned girl on YouTube with full lips. I'll say that.
Yeah. With them big dick sucking lips. I'll say it. God damn it. I'll say it.
Crystal and Karen got the
Somehow,
lips too. I still
huh?
think that.
Who?
So does Crystal and Karen, and she still has those lips.
Well, I ain't looking at Kid.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't look at Chris and Kara's on that type of way, but
I
um,
look at her lips that way, nothing else.
Mm, mm,
you know,
mm.
but the thing
Y'all are
is,
such dogs.
yeah, but the thing is, yeah, but the thing is though, she be doing she do all them teases on you. You know, you think though she's nude. That's why I'm scared of having her on panels, because you don't know if she's nude or not. Because
Oh yeah,
she
she
be
did
having,
bust. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
she did popping some
she always
titties
do
out.
that, but busting a titty out every now and then on your
The
ass.
time travel chick?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's somebody you don't want to put on your panel, because and sometimes, man, you be having. I remember one time I tried to hook her up with Grandmaster Troll. That one was bad. That one was bad. That one went right back on my ass. God damn.
Wow. Grandmaster Troll.
I don't know who's worse, the King of Trolls or Grandmaster Troll. I said those two get together. God damn, it'd be bad.
King of Trolls,
Grandmaster
you mean
Troll.
Vic?
Say what?
You mean Victor Moan, King of Trolls?
No, I think you're talking about
No,
Troll Father.
no, I'm talking. Well, shit, any one of them, it'd be bad. But
Nah, GMT he has done some real things. I think he did something to BGS's daughters. That was
that
about
one
3
was
years ago.
bad, dude. That one was bad. They actually sued him. They actually sued Kenneth Thomas.
For
That's his
what?
name.
Yeah, that's his name. I mean, he put his name out there. Yeah,
Sued him for what?
man. Oh man, he doxed the entire manosphere. Well, actually, the leadership. He actually found out where Edward Anderson was at. Put his whole family life on blast. Then like 3 years ago, he found out who BGS was. I already know who BGS was because the white boys already doxed BGS over there in the white man. So most black people didn't know who BGS was. So they found out who BGS was. Grandmaster Troll found out who he was. So they went ahead and he went after his daughter and shit, which was some dumb shit. Then Ramir, they talk about Ramir does porn and also does manosphere content videos, and he put that on blast and talk about that him being a person who has sexual assaulted a woman.
Yeah.
Put all that shit out there. I'm like, oh shit. He put all that shit. And then Ramil turned around and sued him. Put our lawsuit on his ass. And homeboy said, fuck it, I'm still going to do it.
He put out Angry Man's address, the
Yeah,
house,
angry man.
everything.
Yeah, he put all that shit out there. I'm like, damn, man, you're, you know.
Well, Angry Man is a fucking angry idiot.
Man, fuck that mother. Oh, hold on. Let me shut the fuck
So
up.
I don't feel sorry for him.
Like that.
I
still
got some of them clips. I got them clips of you versus Angry Man. I was like, I'm recording this.
Shit. I still got beef with his ass. Fuck that nigga.
Oh my god, man.
Fuck
Fuck Angry Man.
That's right. Fuck him.
Rico, fuck him and fuck Angel Ramirez too. While we haven't at it.
Angel Ramirez is still around?
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah, he's still around.
He's still around. Shit, I'm still trying to figure out how did he survive that shit with Kristen Karazan. I'm trying to figure that shit out.
Because she was stupid, and she's the one who was sending him half naked pictures. That's why she's divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Slow down.
Listen. Hold on. I wish I had some more time to talk about it. Okay,
I got the video up. It was on Bomb Channel.
It was on Bomb Cherry's channel. Okay.
Wait, Kristen was married to a white man.
Right. The same Kristen Karazan we had problems with, right?
And she sent Angel Ramirez nude pictures and ended up getting divorced from her white husband.
Yes, Lord. Yep. And we saw those pictures. We saw them. Everybody saw them. And she looked good naked now. She looked good. All right. She was wearing a skinny pad. It was like one of them, she was wearing that blue, it's like a violet blue lingerie, and you see the cleavage in the showing her face and shit. She looking good. And then there was those ones she did like an ass shot. And he was sending her picture of his abs and shit to her and shit. They were trading abs.
Man sending booty shots.
Huh? Yeah.
He said the booty shot to Kristen.
No, she sent the booty shot to him. He was sending her his abs. You know, when he went shirtless and showing his abs to her and shit.
Oh, well, listen. I got a little pop belly now.
Divorced her over there?
What?
No, her husband been left her ass, but that's probably why.
That was like how many years ago was when that bullshit popped up? Like 3 years ago.
About 3, 4 years ago.
Years ago when that shit ended. And she's with what? A black man. She's with a brother now.
Kristen
Cal? Genius.
It was with a black man?
Yeah, she with a black. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was after the white guy on Clubhouse. The white guy on Clubhouse made her look stupid.
That was dumb too. When that white boy.
And she started crying.
She went through a lot.
When she started crying?
No. When she did cry, no, the crying one was with the Veganator. That was a year and a half before that. No, that happened in 2016. The Veganator happened on November 2016. This shit happened, I want to say 2018, when she and Angel Ramirez were trading nudes.
Wow, a married woman.
And then though she went with this other white dude like last year or so, or 2 years ago.
Mr. something, Mr. W, Mr. S, or whatever his name was. And then he came on some racist shit.
His name was Mr. E. Mr. E.
Yeah, and he was racist.
Yeah, so they found out he was saying he said the word nigger on the fucking
he said, yes, I'm a nigger lover. I remember.
Yeah, he said, yes,
I'm a nigger lover.
What?
And she got so pissed off. She was pissed. And she was pissed off when he said that shit. But I was kind of like, well, he was only repeating what old boy was saying back to him. So I wasn't really that upset about it. But the problem is it made her look stupid. It made her look dumb.
It made that whole ideology look dumb.
Shit, the women started to fight each other right after that. No, well, actually, the women was actually fighting each other when Kobe Bryant died. because
Oh yeah.
I went on that website on Christian website. Them who was that? What's that one from Atlanta? The rock faced girl. What's her name?
I don't know.
Michelle
I know everybody with her.
ATL.
All of them pink pill women was fighting amongst themselves. There was like a
Yeah,
civil war after that shit.
Crystal Swirls was fighting the divestment. They was all getting at her, man. Boy,
There was man. You talking about atom bombs was being dropped and shit. I mean, megaton nukes was.
and listen, Big J.
Flying over the place.
That's when I retired. That's when I was like, you know what? I don't need to do anything else with this divestment sector, with this womanhood sector. They're
It
gonna destroy
imploded.
each other. They destroyed each other.
Wow.
And I said, I'm done. I don't have to record this shit no more. So I stopped
Man,
recording it. I stopped engaging with them. They
yeah,
ate each other alive. All of them.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah, and that actually started. That actually the main thing started was when the first big thing was the whole Kobe Bryant shit, and Kristen was defending Kobe Bryant, and all them women was talking about naggers and shit.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like, "Why y'all going after
Nakers.
Kobe Bryant? That's mean. Y'all shouldn't do that. The man just died. Why you do? You know?" And they went after Kristen Carrot on that shit. That was the first. That was the first thing that started. Then it led up to the other shit, and it was just like, damn, okay. And
Okay, what's the deal with Cynthia G and Rob, the nigga with the tattoos?
She a baby mama.
And
the
that's it.
say.
No drama.
ain't
Nothing that they'll admit online publicly. They're a little
Well,
bit
good
smarter
for
than
them.
that since Cynthia got exposed by her friend for even being pregnant by Rob.
But
Wow.
how are you gonna get pregnant by Rob? You flew from one area. You flew from Seattle onto. You went from one coast to another just to fuck
Oh shit! I'm in North Carolina. Ain't Rob out here? Rob
yeah,
was in Charlotte. Oh
yeah,
shit! I forgot.
exactly,
Yeah. I
yeah.
probably bump it.
Hey,
I probably bump into Bayangs.
Mella's coming up.
Oh shit.
Hi,
Oh
Hi.
shit!
Mella.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Yeah, what's
Mello.
Hi.
going on, Mello?
Nice to meet you.
Likewise to you as well. I saw your title. I think it's on point, but you all are talking about something else. So I'm just going to sit back and listen until you call for me, okay?
Oh, no. Please.
You're allowed to say
Uh,
anything and everything you like, Mello.
Yeah,
I've,
please. I want to hear your insight.
well, this particular guy is the topic of,
Mm-hmm.
like the manosphere has always wanted to be nationally known. How ironic that it has come about in this fashion. He
Wow.
is a participant of many Black Manosphere YouTube channels. I think he went by a different call name on YouTube. He wasn't known as
Pro-
Frank Robert James. He was known
Prophet of
by
Doom.
different the Prophet of exactly. So with that being the case, these men that have influenced, most likely have influenced his behavior. And why they're being silent about it, I think it's shame. They know they have been full of it. They know deep down in their heart and soul, they know they have been full of it. They know they have been propagandizing all types of violent assertions against women. And now that it has erupted into an actual federal event of crime, they're like, I guess I wrote a check that my ass can't cash. And they're going to be silent about it. But they are responsible for it. They're going to be investigated for it because they're affiliated with someone that committed a crime that's being held to a federal court of justice. And they can't escape it. This guy participated frequently on their channels. That's what he did. Like they're searching under every cubby hole and rock and goddamn, piece of grass they can find who's associated with him, and they will be investigated. How you
I have
like
a
them
question.
apples, Black Manosphere?
I have a question,
Actually,
Mela. Does it
Yes,
go
sir.
both ways? Does it go both ways?
Of course, of course. If there's some woman that shoots up somebody on, in a yeah, if there's some Black woman going around shooting up people and she's associated with women's panels that advocate violence towards men, so be it. But in this
I
case,
have
is
evidence. I have
what I
evidence
just
of
said.
women. I have evidence of women who advocated of killing their sons, killing black boys, killing black babies. And I'm not talking about the main one with the bangings. I'm talking about little lowercase ones. I have evidence of
The
them writing it in
abortion
chat rooms.
currently
No, 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 no,
currently
no, 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 no.
abortion
Wait,
is
wait, wait,
legal.
wait, 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 wait. I have
Shooting
the
people
evidence of
in the subway is
a
not legal.
woman,
Abortion's
a
illegal.
woman. Calm down, Mela. I know you're very passionate, but what about the woman who shot her son twice for a memory card? Did we get to see her YouTube subscriptions?
No.
Should we have?
Yes.
What about the Haitian lady who just killed her two children in Miami? Should we see her YouTube subscriptions?
Yes.
Should that be the standard now? If black people do something, we should see their YouTube subscriptions and base their
Yes.
actions on their YouTube subscriptions?
Yes.
Well, then there's a standard that needs to be set, and I think everybody should be held accountable. And now you got me digging in my crates.
Right.
So,
Me too. I'm actually I'm like, whoa, I've been on this person's panel, that person's panel, the other person's panel, and just a fellow panelist might be a psychopath that has the potentiality of committing, that type of crime. So it's just making me think twice about how I frolic and play amongst you all.
well, Mello, let me tell you, Frank James ain't the only mentally ill YouTuber. They're all over the place. And like I said earlier, I've had this particular channel since 2006. I frequented, well, we call them sectors now, but I guess they were sectors back then. I didn't see any mentally ill people. Now,
I didn't know what to call it. Like when I think back, there was evidence of mental illness. I just didn't know to look at it in that fashion. Can you say the same? Like when you think back to people that you had what I would say an affinity for, their personality was exuberant, they were impactful, and you just couldn't help but tune in to see what they were going to do next and participate on a panel or two. When you think back, don't you find that damn, they was crazy as hell, and I just didn't think about it like that. I just didn't think about it like that.
Listen. Come on, Mela. You hang around with RBR.
RBR not trying to kill. RBR not trying to kill nobody, man.
What?
He not trying to kill nobody.
Shh. Listen. Somebody, you know what? Shut up.
He might hire somebody to kill somebody, but him, I don't know. But
he might traffic some cocaine.
Yeah, they're trafficking cocaine across two states.
I am attached. I'm attached to a handful of people that have questionable history, right? I have to figure out. I have to figure out how to. No, I'm serious. I have to figure out how to readjust because with this recent situation, it has caused me to pause. Like, wait a minute. I really don't actually know these people. It's like, okay, I like the eruption of hilarity that comes with insults and everything in between. But what's really fueling their personality? What's fueling their personality could be something that is psychotic to the point where it could go beyond this media presence. And I didn't consider that. I believe it or not, I wouldn't say I was naive, but I just was hoping that everything was isolated to this media presence. And it just occurred to me that if people decide to take it outside of these media, socializations, and I'm associated with them, then I might be, questioned. Like, what the hell was you doing talking to this person that committed this crime? And I don't really want to have that type of
And then when
responsibility.
you say, well, he was a nice guy, they're going to look at you like, huh?
I don't, well, I already got a script laid out. So, I already prepared for that because I'm really into disassociating myself from media personnel. I'm really into that because the dividing factor is there was no personal attachment. There's digital attachment, then there's personal attachment. There's
Yeah,
a difference.
but some of
Yeah,
them
but
And
lines
that's
are being
and
blurred
that's
though.
the
Some of them,
disclaimer that I got on deck.
yeah, but
Well,
some
I
of them
got
you
that
might
on
lines,
be
deck because
on,
yeah,
go
but some of
ahead.
them
you,
lines, some of them lines are being blurred though. Them digital and personal, because people beating up now.
yeah, you might be on the digital side, but then somebody might be real personal with you and you don't even know.
It
Hmm.
puts
Well,
the lotion on its
I
skin.
Put lotion on the
the
skin
way
type.
I, I'm interested in being a little bit more careful. I'll put it
Hey,
that way.
but you know what? You know what? Speaking about Frank James, we forgot about the person he beefed with long, long time ago.
Who he beef with?
Madhead doctor.
Yeah, the Mad Head Doctor.
Oh, give it to us.
Really?
Tell it.
Yeah. Mad Head Doctor he just dropped a video. He ain't saying shit about this.
No,
Really?
he's
Yeah,
editing. He's editing. I seen that video. He was talking about the Kushner and Trump. He's
right.
editing. He's working on it because he's got to
Oh
dig in his
yeah.
crates. You know,
Yeah,
man has got to go through all his stuff.
He probably
I've
gonna do
heard.
an hour
I don't.
long video.
Wow.
yeah, but no,
Hmm.
no, no. Look, it's gonna be a 2 hour video. It's gonna be a 2 hour video, a 2 hour edited video, and shit. You might as well grab yourself a popcorn and a drink and watch it because he gonna lay that shit out with five plus years of old footage, rarely seen footage that nobody
Oh my
saw.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
that's
wow, I
nasty.
got RG. I got some RGR videos from 3 years ago. Big J. I'm gonna have to send you those links.
I'm wondering, did I keep having like a vague memory of a dark skinned guy and he had like cocaine on his table a few years ago. Is this the same person?
Nah, he's bald
No.
headed with glasses. He looks like the village nerd.
Oh,
It looks like the cross between. I was on Taz's channel. They said he's the cross between David Carroll and RBR.
wow.
Right. You know, I would have thought Sean James would have did something
That's
like this first,
crazy.
but
Yeah,
he's too
yeah,
sheltered.
Sean James. Yeah, I thought Sean James would have done some shit like that.
Now, I gotta say that, Mr. Potato Head guys that aren't married, they could be upset about their lack of access to women that they desire. And it could drive them into violent, like exercising violence, you know. Like when you have a wife that can like rub your back and calm you down for your, any
Hmm.
anxiety, that's different. But when you ain't got nobody like this Frank Robert James, you have
Not even a
nobody.
dog or a
You
cat
don't have a pet. You don't have a damn bird. You just out here, going on
with
live
big
streams
titties.
and getting fueled by
I
influence of
do
these
have titties.
guys telling you that it's not your fault that you ain't what you think you should be. It's
The black
society's
woman's
fault.
fault.
It's society. No, not just the black woman, but society see, I was talking about this earlier. Society has a bad habit of categorizing ugly to beautiful, right? And if a person is told that they're ugly and unwanted, undesirable, and they don't have the fortitude that it takes to validate themselves, they will believe that people that talk against them are their enemy to the point where they have to be eliminated. And I think that's what struck him up. Like he was like, yeah, society is to blame for me feeling bad about myself, as opposed to him taking responsibility for making himself um, believe that he's worthwhile as a citizen in this country. Um, you know, I'm a humanitarian. I'm not interested in classifying people. I know I've done a lot of combative conversations. What I'm saying is, at my core, I believe in humanity. That's why I defended the country. And so I'm not interested in people claiming themselves to be ugly or pretty. I just want us to all recognize that when we all do good, life is better, as opposed to, well, you don't deserve to be good because you look this way or you don't have that. I don't believe in categorizations when it comes to a person's standing as a human in this society. I think we all deserve a fair shot at happiness, you know. Now, if you can't get what you want, you just gonna have to reconcile that with yourself. You don't take it out on other people, you know. And that's what he did. He couldn't reconcile with himself that most likely he's a rejected soul, and he was fed information irresponsibly that propelled him to enact a crime on a federal level. So yeah, I would hold the Black Manosphere responsible for Frank Robert James.
I think that's a personal thing. Based on your interactions with a bunch of men here online, but you can't hold. For me
They
personally, I'm
should,
not gonna hold
if
content
they were
creators
going to talk
responsible.
smack, they should have gave a disclaimer.
Big
If
J,
they were going
remember
to
the
talk,
MAGA bomber? Remember the MAGA bomber, Big J?
Yeah.
Did we hold Donald Trump responsible for that?
Nope.
Come on, we gotta still.
they
Mental
should.
illness is
I think
mental
the
illness.
Black Manosphere should, from this day forward, the Black Manosphere, with all their rhetoric and ideology, should give a disclaimer. Our thoughts, I'm the
They're
channel
not
holder.
going to do
My
that. They're not going to do that, Mella. They're not going to
Well,
do
they
that.
should, because they're
They're not going to do
influencing
that.
people, and it's wound up, having people on the inline train in Brooklyn, New York, being terrified.
But you know what?
You
One
know
thing though,
what,
I'm glad.
Doug?
One thing I'm glad though, this shit scared the shit out of Jalen though. Goddamn, Jalen's scared.
The Black Manosphere sounds like another QAnon group, just on a different
It
level.
sounds like divestment. It sounds like divestment to me because I remember the women talking about putting black men on a boat and sinking it to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah,
Wow.
I get you,
Okay,
Libra.
so
I
when
get
that
you.
woman that
Hold on.
does that, when that actually happens, then we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
when these
Vita,
women abuse their sons, when these women treat their sons like shit, when these women kick their sons at 15, kick their sons out the house at 15, yeah, I'm going to hold them accountable for that. And when those boys go out and they're on demon time, killing up the rest of the neighborhood, I'm going to hold them accountable for that. See, it goes both ways. And we
Yeah, it
can't
does go both
hold
ways.
minor
It
people.
does. It
We can't
does.
hold minor people or content creators or so-called influencers on a personal preference. If I go outside right now and I get in an argument with somebody and I end up angry and killing them, they're gonna hold that against the people I follow on YouTube. It's 957 something people on my subscriptions list. They're gonna hold that against them?
Well,
no,
I'll say
no.
this.
If you're okay,
I'll,
if you're acting on the impulses of the rhetoric that's being put out there, then therefore you have to somewhat put responsibility on the energy that's been put out there
Exactly. They always
the
look
group.
for a causation. Boogie. They always look for a
But
causation.
there is
Cause and effect.
but there is a study, and I was talking to this with Aaron Fountain though the other day. I mean, there is a study on how people become radicalized
Yeah,
online.
that goes for religion. That goes
Right,
for
right, right,
sex. That goes
Donation.
for
right. But
it's
you
across
don't
the
see,
board.
yeah, but you don't see the radicalization of young men. Even
I
the
see
Asian
society is
manosphere.
dysfunctional.
Yeah,
I
but
see I see
even
I,
yeah, but
it's all bad.
even Jerry Lou from the Asian manosphere was talking about that when he was on CNN with Lisa Lou. Yeah, what's her name? Lisa Lane from CNN. When he was
Oh,
on
that one
there
that got
talking to
locked
her
up in North
about
Korea.
yeah, her. Yeah,
Okay.
when he was talking to the Asian manosphere, Jerry Lou. I know Jerry Lou. Jerry on YouTube. He always talk about how Chinese men that can't get laid and shit, and because there's not enough women, and he have to go to Russia, and the Russian white bitches don't want him, and he had to go to the United States and shit. Yeah, he talks about that shit on his channel. Yeah,
Russia bitches
it's
don't
been
want it.
fascinating to hear his version of the manosphere, the Asian manosphere.
I
So
think Boogie is not in tune with that as a concept that men get frustrated from
Who you talking
rejection.
about? Oh,
Do
no,
you
I'm not into it. No, I'm not into it with that part. Sorry. No, I explained that 24 hours ago that I am confident in myself. I'm from New York City, so I'm one of those people who know how to stand out. I'm not ashamed to talk to a woman. I'm not,
not
you know what
you
I mean? And
specific? No,
and,
no,
and
I'm not.
as I
Hold
was
on.
explaining, wait, Mel, as I was explaining to Big J and others yesterday in the comment section, that these men are sitting in a place where they're invisible and they're holding content to Pookie, Ray Ray, and Tyrone, when all they have to simply do is pick up and get the hell out of this major city or their town, go someplace else. They're too scared and maybe full of anxiety or whatever it is. They're still stuck in a shell, and then they're harboring that anger and animosity, and then they're coming to YouTube, and these people are enforcing their what's already in their head.
But they don't know how to access that insight.
That's not my problem. They need better daddies. My daddy was a player.
Well, that is your problem because you can teach them how to think like you.
you
No,
can't.
you can bring a
The
horse to
point you
water, but you
can't.
can't make them drink.
You can't. You can't tell them that. You like you tried. Ken TV. Y'all know y'all remember Ken. Well,
Yep,
you
I
know what?
remember
Fuck
Kent
that. Ken.
and
Well, Ken,
Savvy Guy.
Ken actually got a woman now.
Yes, he
So
does.
yeah. So let's put him off the list. But how many years?
Savvy Guy is still making these weird videos. So Savvy Guy is just as much of a problem. And you would think that Savvy Guy would get women. He got muscles, he got waves, he got a car, he got a job. This man don't got no confidence within himself. You can't teach him nothing. Brian Vlog's been trying to help Kent for years. He just now got a girl. That man was online screaming in his car about women and dates.
Man, tearing
What can you do?
you tearing up in the car up. You punching the steering wheel and shit, and like, damn, man, this dude about to go on rage, man.
He's
What
punching
about
the steering wheel.
Oh,
Wow.
man?
he's in his. He fucked his car all the way up. He whooping that
Yeah,
car
man, he was
ass.
punching the shit out of his car. He was up in the car crying and shit. Talking about that girl that his job wouldn't give him no time. He was punching the steering wheel, punching the car was honking and shit. He was going off in his fucking car, that front seat. He almost hit the camera.
You can probably
That
still
one
you can
video.
find some of his videos. Some of his videos are still up.
Yeah, it's
Whatever it
classics.
said, it's
It's
Kent
classics.
something.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all
yeah.
continue. I'll be right back.
Yeah, well, I'm about
All
to head
right.
on out of here though. But another one, Joshua from TRS. That
Oh
motherfucker.
God,
I
I hated
mean,
that motherfucker.
man, don't even get me started about him. He be,
Yeah, when
bruh,
you again when you
you
tell me
50
that
years
Taz
old,
and Nyla
man.
was on, when Taz and Nyla was on TRS. I don't remember because I had left long before that because people like Joshua got the hell on my nerves and All Facts. I still want to kick All Facts in the balls.
All Facts no longer on TRS. Tyrone gave him the boot for like the third time. He said you can't come back no more because you were doxing people and shit.
That's what he does.
Yeah, what All Facts was doing was doxing people. He did that. He did that to several people, and Tyrone said, "Fuck that shit. You out of here."
Oh man, I got so many videos on here that me going back to find those divestment videos is gonna take me a while. But I'm damn sure about to start playing them again. Because if we think the black manosphere is bad, I got some stuff for you. Crystal Swirls, boy, she was on a rant for a long time. We need to get these nakeds. They need to kill these nakeds. We need to get some white men to come kill these nakeds.
Believe that. Yeah, believe that for Miss Elite, because Miss Elite just be trolling the shit out of goddamn Crystal Swirls. I like
I'm
her
gonna
style of
repost it.
trolling her. Huh? Oh,
So I'm gonna put it up there. Black Women's Fear versus Beyond Black and White. I have that one. Civil Swirl War, divestment. Yeah. Out the Box. Remember Out the Box? I got all the tapes. Oh, sim tapes. Angel versus CK. What led to the sexual beef 3 years ago? So if Madam Whoop Ass
man.
wants that, I have it unlisted. Sexual beef, Angel and CK. That was the one that happened on Bomb Cherry Show.
Yeah, that was a
Angel
classic.
Angel exposes CK for infidel. I got 216 views on this.
I mean, listen, Kristen Karazad, she shouldn't be complaining. She got a body on her and shit. Got nothing to complain about.
Cynthia G's baby is 3 years old. Cynthia G's baby should be about Cynthia G. Her baby should be about 2.5 to 3 years old. Because my video is 3 years old. Congratulations, Cynthia G. and Robert Perkins. Maybe expecting a baby. Yep, 3 years ago.
I don't think there is a baby. I don't think there is a baby.
I don't know. I don't care.
I really don't care. I mean, I can ask. I can go there and ask and get a confirmation, but I'm not going to have the heart, the headache of doing that shit. Because like ever since I popped off on Cynthia the other day, they're not going to.
White males and other non-black males getting beat up. I don't know if I can deal with that. Understand? And this is their agenda. This is what they're going to do, and this is how they're going to attack you, Rob. They'll attack us to send a message. Mm-hmm. But what they're going to do is they're going to scare off our potential supply of suitors. And remember what they always say: nobody wants a black woman. Well, they're going out of their way to make it that way. And what happens if we don't have a dating pool? White men no longer want to date us because it's too much of a risk. What are we going to do then? When these other races aren't going to date us because it's a dangerous situation. All it takes is a few guys getting their asses beat for social media to blow it up, for all of us to back up. It's about control. And then we're stuck with these motherfuckers. I'm so pissed right now.
A culture of hate. I'm telling you, Mela, I got so much of this crap from these women. I get what you're saying, that the manosphere influenced a lot of stuff, but I can show you the opposite side of it all. You know what I mean? And that's the sickness that.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm back.
Hey. Yeah. But yeah, I've been archiving all this stuff for I'm back 3 years now.
Wow.
I can keep pulling up videos. Styles versus Cliff, I got a lot of those. But I can keep pulling up videos from these ones. I'm trying to find the one where they were talking about killing black babies. And this is way before Cynthia G said it.
Yeah. The difference is that this particular Frank Robert James actually
was a loser.
Is accused of he's a loser. Okay. Well, that's a loser that was a panel participant on many Black Manosphere manosphere channels. And the women that you're, replaying their videos and all that stuff, there's a difference between talking smack and actually, committing a crime.
A
There's a
felony.
difference. So until you bring up a woman, until you bring up a woman who was talking smack that actually, conducted a crime, I think you just reaching for the same, how can I put this, agenda to keep
You would
black
like
women in
you would
their
like it to
so-called
seem that.
place.
No, I don't want to keep anybody in any place. I don't want none of this bullshit that goes on. And as I was telling divestment women, all y'all
Then
do is
why
come online and tell
are
black
you going
women
so
why.
hard to find
I'm not going
irrelevant
hard.
evidence?
Uh, because
Yeah,
Mela,
because the
that's what you
evidence
believe.
that
Listen,
you're
listen, listen,
presenting,
listen, listen. If that's what you believe,
they
I'm gonna
haven't
present.
committed
I get it.
crimes. They're just
Oh
talking.
Lord. Okay. So
Frank Robert James
when
committed a
I
crime.
say when I say that a black woman shot her son twice in the head for a memory card, and we didn't get a chance to look at her YouTube
Was
subscription, should we
she
have
a
seen her
black
subscription? Yes, she was a
YouTube
black woman.
participant?
Oh, well, so now
Hello? What happened? What happened?
I guess he has to readjust. Maybe he has to readjust his connection.
Yeah. Anyway, so what sector are you from? I don't recall ever
Actually,
meeting you before.
I had to the backstory is that I was interested in nutrition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I needed to quote unquote heal my gut. I had been somebody that took Motrin like Tic Tacs to the
Mm.
point where I tore up my stomach and I couldn't digest food the way I was accustomed to. And
Mm-hmm.
out of, in a mode of not wanting to subjugate care system. I have VA friends that went to the VA to repair their ailments. They died, they were given pills that led to liver cancer or brain cancer and this cancer and this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pause for the cause and I'm going to utilize YouTube to look up how to heal myself naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was doing that on a frequent basis, time after time after time. And then one day, there was this brother that was wearing a baseball cap that said Cleveland.
Who was that?
And
David
he had
Carroll?
no, it was Uncle Suge. It was Uncle Suge.
Oh.
And his video, his thumbnail was a joke about, black people eating chicken nuggets and not knowing better. And so I tapped on it and I found it tremendously hilarious and pertinent because we are, I'll say for myself, a lot of us are addicted to convenience foods. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know that a lot of those foods are not fit for human consumption, but they're designed to be addictively tasty. So we keep consuming them to the point where we're sick. And so the
Mm-hmm.
way he made a joke about it was so insightful and hilarious. I decided to follow his channel. And he was continuously making, all types of things about humor. Everything that he said was humorous. And I
But
just
true.
kept typing in the chat, hilarious. That's why I was because I wasn't familiar with social media on Black YouTube. And I found out
Mm-hmm.
there's this way that you can participate in what's called a chat room. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just type one word, because I don't know these people, So I was just like, every time he said something funny, I would just type hilarious. Next thing you know, I'm being invited on the panel. I was like, whoa, I don't know about social media participation. I don't know. And he's like, oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's safe. I mean, it's not like we in person. And that made sense to me. It's it's not like we're in person. It's not like we're face to face and somebody's gonna follow you home. And that made sense to me. So I got on the panel and I found out that there were different characters that were, some were kinder than others, and I just tried to adjust. And then next thing you know, he got involved with a circumstance where his son was being accused of something that I believe would interfere with his future endeavors. Because I think a child deserves to have a clean slate when they pursue their livelihood. And if they're clouded by rumors of something that they're not, I think it interferes with their pursuit towards their livelihood. And so I was, being a military veteran, war veteran, I'm accustomed to what it takes to complete a mission. So even though he didn't need me and he never asked me, I was just kind of led with all this free retirement time that I have to join the mission of making sure people think twice before they start accusing someone's offspring of something that they can't prove. And it really went a long way. It went a long way, and it got to the point where people just assumed that he and I were emotionally attached, romantically attached, and all it was for was conducting a mission. That's all it was for. Now, I appreciate him as an individual. I was able to scope out things about his personality, talent, skills, and abilities that I can appreciate about him. However, I never once forgot that this is online media.
Right.
And we're not sitting down and having dinner together talking about past the potatoes. You know what I'm saying? This is online media. So I know, as a woman being my age, the difference between what qualifies as an emotional attachment. And I think from the years that I've observed since then, a lot of people continue to get that misconstrued. Like, people are getting emotionally attached to people that they actually don't know. They don't know. They've never shared a meal with these people. They've never, just sat face to face for an appropriate period of time where they can, decipher whether or not they're, an appropriate long time friend, associate, or lover, or whatever. They just get in their feelings and they just getting flued out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you made me feel good on that live stream, so yeah, I'm coming to see you. It's like, no, don't do that. No, don't do
Wow.
that. You don't know them. You don't know them. And next thing you know, surprise, surprise, text messages are being revealed. Videos are being revealed. Narratives are being revealed. Live streams are being conducted. It's like, y'all got to pace yourselves when it comes to, just somebody making you feel good. It's like, okay, they made you feel good. So what? You don't know them. When I used to watch the Jeffersons and Carol Burnett, God damn it, I felt good, but that didn't mean I was going to go fly them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you all have, not you, but people have to really recognize the emotional differences about what they're experiencing. It's like, look, this is somebody whose personality I enjoy in this moment. That's all it is. That's all it is. That don't mean that they're going to be your, the love of your life, the father or mother of your children. It's like, these people are tripping, man. And then when they fall out,
there's
bad. It gets bad. It gets bad. Next, here's the receipts. Here's the receipts. I was like, oh God. And I just chalk it up to them being young. That's what I do. I was like, damn. Because believe it or not, I'm not an angel. And I think to myself, every time I see all this craziness, that could have been me. That could have been me, because I'm not smarter than the average bear. That could have been me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's just that I happen to have reached a certain age in my life from various experiences of trials, tribulations, victories, and success, and everything in between, where I know when to pause.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, it takes a particular time of experience to know when to pause. It takes a particular time of experience to know when to pace yourself. When you can say, wait a minute, I'm too involved. I got to step back. Some people can't step back for some reason. They just think
Wisdom
like
and
it's
maturity.
like their life depends on them doing this stuff, and it doesn't. Um, and God, I happen to be retired, so I got a lot of free time on my hands.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that actually have, domestic obligations that are interfering.
Yeah.
Their
You hear children
YouTube
screaming in the
participants.
background.
Oh my God, I didn't want to say that, but they have domestic obligations that should prioritize
Like
this
cleaning their house.
and anything,
Mm-hmm.
paying their bills,
Mm-hmm.
anything. People miss due dates
Mm.
on, like, oh shit, I was on that live stream all night. I forgot to, meet this
Mm-hmm.
payment that would have made sure my credit was up to par, but now I'm a day late, because I was on the live stream, or whatever. And if you got it like that, so be it. If you can afford to be irresponsible, if you got time on your hands and you can afford to be irresponsible, fine, frolic and play. But if you have domestic obligations and responsibilities, you don't have time to be addicted to this stuff right here. Okay? Because this is addictive. It's addictive because it's a combination of interactional validation. It's interactional validation. And for some people that were never validated, it can become addictive because they've never experienced that type of exhilaration. Myself, because my father, he's always designated me to be mindful that I'm the captain of my ship in my life. And when I say ship, I don't mean a boat. I mean any ship, relationship, all that kind of ship.
Mm-hmm.
He has indoctrinated me to be made aware at all times that I am the captain of my ship in
Yes, you are.
whatever I'm doing. So
Mm-hmm.
because he's, crowned me as lovely, the loveliest of them all, the apple of his eye, like he just really was he's just a great, great attentive father that
Mm-hmm.
didn't cross boundaries and only empowered me,
Right.
okay, as his daughter. And so that went a long way from me being mindful not to be scathed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got some women that don't know that they are not supposed to be scathed. You're not supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be playing social experiments with yourself. You're
Mm-hmm.
not supposed to do that, you know? And there are some that will do that because they don't know any better.
Right.
And
They
I'm
will go off
grateful for
the
Black
man.
YouTube because it's an opportunity for men and women to discover that they deserve better. And that's the point. That's where I'm looking at it from. Now, I do participate in things that have made a reputation for myself to be confrontational. What's at the core of my soul is we need to be made aware that we deserve better than we ever thought. That we deserve better than
Mm-hmm.
what the system is telling us, what the rap music is telling us, what, the police that pulls us over is telling us. I mean, we deserve better. And don't you ever forget it. And keep living. Keep living like
Right.
you deserve better every day,
Right.
always. Like it's, you know, All or nothing. All or nothing. It's never enough. All or nothing. You deserve better.
To believe that you deserve better, or even to just go as far as acknowledging it, that comes from way deep down on the inside. And if it's not there, you got to put it there. Well, how do you put it there? You got to tell yourself you are strong even when you feel weak.
And that's what I wanted to address about the rejection, right? What do you do with this mentality of I deserve better, but you come across rejection? You have to intellectually know how to obfuscate that. You have to know how to, get around rejection that comes with life. Life comes with rejection sometimes. And it is your responsibility as an adult to handle that intellectually. You don't handle it by flying off the handle. You don't handle it by going overboard or overreacting. Intelligence is the key to your salvation of satisfaction, that you know how to handle rejection, because rejection is a part of life. It really is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I like to think, if I'm rejected, well, that's a good thing, because that person or whatever that rejection is moved out the way for what's really meant for me.
That's right. There's a saying, rejection is protection. That's right. That when you're rejected, that means that which rejected you is not designated in the interest of your joy.
Right.
So you shouldn't think about it any further. It's like, oh, okay, that's rejection. Okay, that has nothing to do with my joyfulness. I'm moving on. What do you think, Boogie? I hear you coughing. What's up?
Yeah, my fault. I'm gonna put Kent's video inside the chat room, Madam Whoop-Ass. How do you help a brother like this? The first one I sent you was Savvy Guy. Apparently, this guy looks normal, but he's crazy. But I just put Kent's best rants in there in the chat room. I don't know if you guys want to look at this and listen to him real quick. This is what rejection looks like.
Okay, do the first link or the second link?
The second link. The second link.
Okay.
Yeah, let me mute up.
Fair use, everybody. Fair use.
Hold on, let me see. How can I do this? Oh.
Fair use, everybody. Fair use.
Hold on. Okay.
I want to let's talk about rejection.
Okay, let's see. Go into screen share.
Let's talk about rejection again, all right? I'll probably, in this video, I'll probably get more thumbs down than thumbs up in this video. I really don't care. I'm going to say how I feel. The only penis that's going to her vagina is mine.
Ooh.
Nobody else's. That's all I got to say on that. Videos, and they been in relationships or in a relationship right now, and they gonna tell me, oh kid, don't be sad, oh your time will come. I'm gonna be in my 30s and 40s, and you're still gonna be telling me that same old crap. Say, oh, it's not that hard to find a girlfriend. It's easy.
Is he sipping an icy?
Girl, you've been smoking. I've been so terrified of women rejecting me. Because I'm not going to go out there and get embarrassed by a whole bunch of people. And I'm going to keep on saying this over and over and over again. You just don't stand a chance. Because I know I don't stand a chance. Women want men who got nothing going for themselves. Them, sorry, dusty-looking wannabe thugs. It's stupid. Stupid, man. Is disconnected or this number is not available or something like that. You know what she did? She gave me a fake phone number. You don't do that to me. You don't disrespect me like that.
Oh my.
A lot of these women will pass me up. Pass me up. A good-hearted person.
He's so
a
angry.
Good person. A nice person.
But
a
he says he's a nice person.
For some no good, sorry, wannabe thugs who got a criminal record. All the bad qualities. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right.
That they're not going to be attracted to me. You know, they're going to be attracted to everybody else, but they're not going to be attracted to me. You know, that's just how I feel, man. I just really feel no woman on this earth, they never really, found me attractive. They never did. They never liked me. But for me as myself, she's gonna clown me, reject me, they turn me down like I'm some worthless piece of crap. Like I'm a worthless piece of crap. By them rejecting me, they have defeated me already. I have lost.
I could fix him and get him the woman he's looking for. I could actually do that.
Around there, and I waited. It was 7 o'clock. 7:05 didn't show up. 7:30 she didn't show up. 7:45 didn't show up. 8 o'clock she didn't show up. 8:30 she didn't show up, and she stood me up, man. She disrespected me. You don't stand anybody up. Just tell them that you're not interested in them. Just tell them.
Fair use.
You don't go and disrespect somebody like that. You don't disrespect me. I'll put women in their place. You don't disrespect me.
No matter how hard I try, I keep fighting. I try to get to the top, but I keep getting pushed right back down. Women have done that to me. I've had women cuss me out in front of everybody. Made me look stupid. Made me feel horrible. But if a woman does that to me, I'll embarrass you like how you embarrass me.
Oh.
Teenager at the time. When this happened, I was a teenager. She said she lied, said she needed money to pay the rent. Everybody get evicted from their apartment. All this crap. All these lies. All right. You know what I did? I was so stupid enough to give her money. Stupid. I was stupid. People tell me to be confident, and I keep telling them that confidence don't mean anything. You stop sniffing that glue. Stop sniffing that crap. You're messing your brain cells up. Kent, female said, oh, Kent, us women are very complicated. It's not your time right now. It's not your time right now. What you mean it's not my time right now? It's always my time. Their time is up. My time is now. My time is now.
He reminds me of somebody.
I don't know. I'll have to see. You don't really want to hang out with me. All you want is my money. Because I had a job at the time. I just got my first job at the time. People tell me and say, oh, Kent, it's not that hard to get a girlfriend. It really ain't that hard, man. Can you please stop sniffing that glue? Please. Stop sniffing that crap. It is hard to get a girlfriend in 2015. If you're a guy and you carry yourself in a good, healthy, respectful way, it is hard to get a girlfriend. It is hard to find a woman who just, compatible with you. Stop sniffing that glue and understand what's really going on. Stop. And stop sniffing that glue. Tell me that crap. It's not hard to get a girlfriend.
Don't laugh at him. Don't laugh.
Probably sniffing glue, sniffing coke, wherever you sniffing. You ain't smoking nothing. You sniffing crap.
These are men that
sniffing wood chips.
Think like this.
Okay.
Sniffing wood off a tree. That's what you sniffing them wood chips and crap.
If they're given the wrong influence, it could escalate into something violent.
Nothing. People who smoke normal stuff got better common sense than that. But when you start sniffing crap, you really don't know what you're talking about. Stop sniffing that bark, sniffing that glue, sniffing that coke, and sniffing that sand. Wherever you sniffing, stop sniffing that crap.
All
And know
right.
what's really going on.
I wasn't gonna give her any money anymore. Is she gonna say, "Oh, don't talk to me anymore. Bye"? That really shows you that a woman was using me for my hard-earned money. You don't do that to a guy. Any guy. You don't disrespect them like that.
I have a question.
He else told me, "Oh, you just gotta be patient. You just gotta wait." Oh yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for the rest of my life. That's the worst advice to give somebody. Is tell somebody to wait. They're gonna be waiting for the rest of their life, and you know that.
What's your question?
In the event that the woman that he offered assistance to said, "No, I can't accept it," would he still consider that rejection? Like, is he just the type of personality that believes that anything that doesn't fall in line with his expectation is rejection?
We all tried to help that poor man. We
That
all tried to help him, Mela. I mean, we all was like, listen, stop being so angry. Talk to women this way. How about you go meet a woman at the library? How about you go to church? How about you meet a Jehovah's Witness woman or something? He just felt rejected. It was him that was the problem. It was always him. It was
yeah.
never us. It was never anything that we could do. It's him. He's short too. He's like 5'3" or something like that. So he's already insecure about himself. So it was not much we could do. I just put another video in it. Don't play it. It's 11 minutes, but it's for y'all to watch later. But it was nothing we could do for that. But do you see that anger that he has inside of him? That dude is a powder cake.
Yeah. I'll say I didn't mean to laugh. It just.
Oh no, we all laughed at that shit. Nah, we all laughed at that shit.
You can't help but laugh because we don't actually have empathy for him. And what I'm trying to do is have empathy in some way. Like, okay, if I was in his shoes and I believe I deserve love, right? And for whatever reason, because of the way I dress or the way I talk or the way I carry myself, I'm rejected everywhere or used for my resources everywhere. That would make me kind of psychotic.
On top of, dating your hand for years, it's rough.
Or having titties as a man.
Yeah. Look, he was just so animated. And was that stop sniffing that glue? He would be kind of funny.
Yeah, and he was serious. That's why I didn't laugh, because he was sick. It'd be different if he was just, doing it for comical purposes, but he was serious. And I was like, wow, this guy got a backstory.
Even more funnier because he's really serious.
Oh, he was dead serious.
Poor guy.
The other one, savvy guy, he's another one. I don't know if you want to pull up the first link that I sent you. If you look at that gentleman, you wouldn't think that he's can't get a woman or whatever it is. I don't know what's wrong with these men.
We're going to watch 2 minutes of that.
Yeah, I didn't fully get to listen to it, but I already know how he talks. So, whew.
Okay.
Listen, we tried to help these men. There was times when we tried to talk to these men and explain that I'm not a manosphere person. I'm an equal and balanced person. You know what I mean? But these people are weird, man. These people are weird. These people have their own things going on in their head, and
they need insight as to what is weird about it. See, this is where things are lacking. No one is telling them specifically why they're weird and how to fix it. They're just telling them that they're weird, and that leaves them out in the wilderness. I believe in order to get them out of the wilderness, they need comprehensive details as to how to resolve what people would perceive to be weird about them. Because a lot of people have cognitive dissonance and they don't know what's weird about them. They just can't see it until somebody explains it to them in a way that they can comprehend. And people aren't telling them. They're just telling them that they're weird. They're like, man, you weird. You need to change that. But they're not giving them details. And I'll give you an example. I was a young girl, right? This is off the mark, but I hope it correlates in some fashion. What occurred when I was starting grade school? I was accompanied by my older aunt. She was like maybe 2 grades ahead of me. And her instruction was, don't go to the cafeteria. That was her instruction, right? You know, at lunchtime, don't go to the cafeteria. That's all she said. Now, keep in mind, as a young girl, I was very animated. I was the pretty little girl that would always ask why, right? Well, why? And what's this? And what's that? You know, always gave, you know, so eventually my family, being, you know, some traditional Black families, they shut me up from being curious and inquisitive. Like, children are to be seen and not heard. Right. So when my aunt said, when lunchtime comes, don't go to the cafeteria, as a kindergartner, I didn't know what cafeteria was, right? I had no idea what the word cafeteria meant. And so knowing that I had been trained not to ask questions, I didn't ask, what's cafeteria? Like, you know, what is that? You know? So when lunchtime came and us school children were led by our teacher to the cafeteria, I'm following where I was led.
Right.
And so I'm being scolded after school. I told you not to go to the cafeteria. But what they didn't understand is that I had been trained not to understand what that meant. And what the point is, that these guys who are weird, these women who are weird, they are not in tune with what's weird about them. And they need to be told. Like this guy that we saw on the screen previously, first of all, that individual, I was about to say something crazy, but that individual has a identity crisis, right? He tried to adapt his sense of style to what he thought women were attracted to, but it didn't fit his personality. What he needed to do was actually adjust his image in accordance to his personality, learn communication skills, learn the sense of pause. You know, you have 2 ears for a reason. You got to listen more than talk. And you have to learn to assess what it is a woman is looking for. And then you can operate, if you choose to, according from that perspective. Or if you want to be a narcissist, you can take advantage of the fact that she was stupid enough to expose her vulnerabilities. But nobody taught him that. What occurred was that he was just left out there to be ignorant. Just like when I was a kindergartner, like I didn't know what I didn't know to ask the right questions, right? And I don't think that he is understanding that he should ask the right questions as opposed to just being testosterone filled with rage. You know, it's like, because that's not going to solve anything. That rage is not going to solve anything. What he needs to focus on, in my humble opinion, is ask the right questions. What can I do to readjust so that I can accomplish what I'm looking for? And he's not doing that. He's just raging. And that's not going to accomplish anything. He needs to learn how to ask the right questions. Just like when I was a kindergarten, well, because I was oppressed as a small child in the household of children are to be seen and not heard, you know, I wasn't able to conceive what it is to ask, to ask.
Right.
It took until I became an accomplished person to ask the right questions. And thus far, I accuse him of having an identity crisis because he has yet to learn the value of asking the right questions in the interest of his endeavors. That's all I'm saying.
Well said. Well, at this point in time, I'm gonna have to go, but I just want to summarize and conclude with what we witnessed in Frank R. James was absolutely deplorable, and hopefully, those that participate in the Black Manosphere, the heavy hitters, hopefully they will begin to tailor their content in terms of eradicating the toxicity that they spew.
Definitely.
And all that rhetoric that encompasses all of that. And that's a solution.
Yeah,
That's a
the Black
solution.
Manosphere, they don't give their participants the opportunity to invite the right questions for their endeavors. They just tell them what they are, or they make jokes about circumstances and situations that are beyond reasonable. They're not taking their participants seriously. And this Frank James person, he wasn't taken seriously. He probably actually announced some concerns that someone could have just invited him to ask questions about how he could change his life into a better direction, but they weren't interested in that. They were interested in the sensationalism of audience viewership. They used this man along with everybody else for audience viewership, and because he didn't get his, he didn't get accommodated by those who were channel holders that he participated on panels with. He just figured out things the wrong way. Like these people that are proposing themselves to be guiders and all knowledgeable, they're fraudulent. They're not qualified to influence these fragile souls. They're just not.
Yeah, and that's very, very unfortunate. So at this point in time, I'm gonna have to go because I'm
It
just
was a
sleepy.
pleasure to have met you. Thank you.
You know what? The feeling is mutual, and I certainly hope to see you again. And you're more than welcome to stop by anytime you can catch me live. And do check out the channel. I don't know if you've ever read the book by Thomas DeBarge, They'll Never Be.
I'll be sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
really
about the DeBarge family. Yeah.
well.
I'll
I
be sure
read
to do that.
Thomas DeBarge's book here, and it's really, really good. And I also read this thing that one of the chicks in R. Kelly's camp, read about. Was it Daddy's Little Girl? Something, sex freak or something. Daddy's Little Girl. That's really humorous and interesting too.
All right.
All righty. So thank you again. Good night, Big J and V
Good
Dub.
night, everybody.
Y'all have a
Bye.
great night. Please hit the like. Thank you.